but we kind of like, once we see something, once we see a problem, we will make sure that plane's not flying until we get it fixed. 100%.
So you guys sometimes feel like pressure from the customers, the airlines, to get something done in a certain way?
All the time. It's seriously like yell at you. I mean, it's like, think of it as like you ordered food for your entire family, and that's what we do. It's just customer support on steroids. Where like instead of the customer being like some angry Karen, it's like an executive of this airline, some high up guy of an airline. So it's like.
Wait, you think humans will actually get to Mars?
Yeah, I think they're gonna get there very soon.
Oh, for real?
The hard part is just getting us to like get out of the atmosphere and have reusable rockets.
Will they actually survive on Mars?
Yeah, I think.
That's gonna be.
Wait, how close are we? Are you saying in the next 10 years?
We're already there. It's a robot version of us.
Question
on the goddamn planet. Like every leader of a free world or like not a free world, all these countries, they're dying to nuke something. Why don't they just let them take it all out on Mars and they get to have as much fun as they want? Everybody wants to nuke something. Just let's do it to Mars, all together, and then maybe eventually it'll fix it.
But we don't know the repercussions, you know.
You need to know.
I know what you think. It's that kind of like the knowledge that they have if it's true.
And none of them come to you with evidence. You have 34 people that you're saying is such a substantial number, but none of them have evidence. Other than
had verifiable.
What are they supposed to show you? Pictures?
Like I don't know, some documents.
They can't. It's government stuff. They can't do that.
They should all. They also can't spill the beans like that. If it's really true, they also can't be talking like that.
No, they can't because I think.
Well, it's confidential information. If they cannot show the documents, they can't talk about it either.
They're supposed to show some like video proof, something.
Okay.
Like we can talk about like.
No, because I feel like even if there was something, like say someone caught an actual UFO in the sky, within like 2 minutes, someone's ready to be on it. Take down other videos, take that guy in for questioning, or just kill him off. It never happened.
Welcome back to the Stay Humble Podcast. This is episode 11, right?
Right.
It's episode 11, right?
Recording?
We got our co-host, Abanoub. Yeah, we are.
Oh, you tell me.
No, it's his first time trying on.
No, it's all good.
Okay.
He's enjoying some food. That's what we do on the Stay Humble Podcast. We eat food and we stay humble. Anyway.
First time eating naan in my life?
Yeah, we wanted to get it out. We wanted to get it live. But today we got my amazing roommate,
Omar
Koban, and my amazing new neighbor, not the Seth Pantoja.
So you got that right, actually.
Thank you guys for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Coming down.
What would you say?
Keep going.
Okay. Anyway,
It's all good.
we're laughing. The reason why we're laughing is because
same time. Every time you send it to.
What time did we come?
Who the hell is Abanoub Bishay at gmail.com?
that's you.
It's .com.
Okay. You guys want to start over?
I feel like that's
it's good.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine.
Well, now we have to see you fucking brought that up.
No, we keep going.
That Dom? I've been Bishay that Dom. Okay.
We're doing this live.
No cuts, bro.
Okay, sorry guys, I got distracted. Okay, so basically, the reason I'm laughing so much is because I see this guy every day in my house because I live with him, and he just makes me laugh at everything. So when we're sitting here trying to be all professional on a podcast or trying to be like a little bit tame, it's just weird. So that's why we're laughing so much.
Because it took you 3 hours to set up the fucking mics, bro.
Bro, every time there's something wrong with the stupid adapters. I don't know why, but we're figuring it out. It's going good.
Mine or not?
Yeah, we are. Oh wait, actually, no, we're not. Anyway, you guys are both Boeing employees. I actually think that's super interesting because I feel like I think Boeing in general has gotten a lot of hate the past couple years, and I think it's like not fair. And I made jokes myself. I like to go up to Omar and be like, "Why didn't you take care of the plane that fell down from the air today?" But yeah, I just want to hear your opinion about that. If you agree with that, or whether you think that you guys get an unfair rap.
There's a lot of slander going on with Boeing, especially when things started happening.
Yeah.
I had to defend our name. Made a couple jokes about whistleblowers. But nothing crazy.
Yeah. I think, what do you think? Do you think you guys get a fair rap or?
No, I think it's okay. The only one that I think is like legit, and we have a bad reputation from the start. Like a couple years ago, like I think 2015, 2018, there was a couple 37 crashes that like I don't know, hundreds of people died. But again, those were accidents. They don't really happen. It's just unlucky that it happened to us. But still, it was our fault. Then we try to recover, do our thing, and then the stupid door falls out of the sky,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was
and
crazy.
that just completely screwed us. Okay,
Mhm.
because after that was like I don't know what the word is, inexcusable, whatever. But that was on us, and then it gave us it's one of the unacceptable things. The brand new airplane, the door falls out the sky. But then after that, every little thing that happened, it was always in media headlines. It just became clickbait after that, and I like to say it was kind of a witch hunt. And I sound like a bone glazer now, but like, it's just kind of like annoying whenever like you just see people like talking about shit they don't know. Especially when our entire job role at the office we work at is like all those little issues that you see happening in the news.
Just repairs.
That like, our office works on those repairs. Anytime there's like a little issue that happens like that, it comes to our office and we fix those issues. So like, if a guy were to come to us and be like, "Yo, there's a crack in this panel or this wing," they contact us, like American Airlines or whatever will contact us, and they'll send us the damage, and then we'll tell them how to fix it, and we'll send it to them.
They rarely crack, by the way.
But like,
But we know how to fix them.
like that kind of like the stuff that happened after the door again, unacceptable. But like after that, the little things, those to us as the guys that work on those repairs and see like hundreds of these things every year, those things are so insignificant because we've seen so much worse that the media doesn't even know about.
Yeah.
Because like
Oh.
it's like not a bad thing. It's just a common occurrence that just happens with like it's just how like the physics of parts work. Like you
Just
can
wear
do,
and tear.
Huh?
Wear and tear.
yeah, it's just wear and tear. Like
Not even a lot of it's money too. Like you guys should hear what the customers say. Like, yeah, of course, customers you want to protect people riding the planes, but a lot of times like it's Boeing pushing for safety and holding the airplanes back. Yeah, it stops them from making money, but we kind of like once we see a problem, we will make sure that plane's not flying until we get it fixed. 100%.
So you guys sometimes feel like pressure from the customers, the airlines, to get something done in a certain way.
all the time, they'll seriously like yell at you. I mean, it's like think of it as like you ordered food for your entire family, and that's what we do. It's just customer support on steroids. Where like instead of the customer being like some angry Karen, it's like an executive of this airline, some like high up guy of an airline. Like instead of like, okay, yeah, you're ruining someone's food, you're ruining someone's entire like airplane.
Yeah.
So they'll call you and they'll just yell at you asking for like why the repair isn't done or why this problem hasn't been solved yet, how much of an inconvenience it is for them. Just like if you guys get like your food too salty, you call the manager up and you're like, "Fuck is this food? I don't want it anymore. Unacceptable." Same shit happens to us all the time. But like the kind of shit we see all the time, like I don't know, if I just showed them like what I looked at today, and I got like, if I just gave it to like I don't know like CNN or some shit, they have a field day with it.
Yeah.
Because but to us it's like so insignificant because like again it's just like the physics of I don't know how metals work, how materials work. Like you can do math. They teach you in college like you can do math to figure out when a part's gonna crack, right? So then you do the math to figure out when the part's gonna crack, so you know exactly when it's gonna fail on a plane. So then you set mandatory inspections for these airplanes and these airlines to do. Like if I do this math on this like one panel, okay, and I figure out that after like 6,000 flights it's gonna crack, then at like 3,000 flights I set an inspection for these airlines to go and have to go fucking inspect this area.
Yeah.
So that they can check if there's gonna be a crack or not. And you do this with every possible issue there is. So that, like I don't know, you'll see like lightning strikes happen all the time, but like if you told anyone that like you're flying in a plane and then your airplane is getting like, struck by lightning all the time, they're gonna freak out. They're never gonna fly again. But like an airplane is literally like the only thing lightning is attracted to in the sky. They get hit all the time when they're flying. You don't even notice it because like they're designed to
By lightning?
Yeah, happens all the time.
What? I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, because it's just like it's literally just a lightning rod in the sky. It's the only thing lightning's gonna go to. They get hit all the time.
Crazy. So like, I mean, this might be a dumb question, but like how come we don't feel it? Like
Because the entire thing's
or
metal.
like hear it?
Or it's like
Do you hear it though? You hear it for sure, right?
No, you don't hear it.
Really?
You won't hear it.
I think it just gets absorbed by it.
Yeah. And I don't know how the sound works.
Wait, that's crazy.
I'm just assuming you just can't hear outside because like all the other noises of the aircraft.
Yeah.
But in terms of like the actual like electricity and you feeling that, it's a metal. It's like goes in one way out the other.
Oh, okay.
And they also have like copper foil under it, So that kind of absorbs it and like, I forgot what the word is, but like conducts it away almost.
Mm-hmm.
So you won't even like notice it happens. But then you do notice it after you like, it lands and you do like a walk around of the airplane.
Yeah.
And you see little char marks. Yeah, it does nothing to the airplane.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and you just look at it and like so half the time it's just an aesthetic, and sometimes it can like depending on the airplane you're flying, whether it's metal or composite, it'll do damage to it, but then you fix it. It's like all these things with like these guys on like the media saying, oh yeah, like I don't know, there's like tape on this airplane. Why am I flying on an airplane with tape? Or like this tire fell off, or like I don't know, this issue, that issue, and like I just look at it, I'm like, bro, I saw something worse like 2 days ago.
Yeah, I think they're just. It kind of seems like the media is waiting for you guys to fail, or like Boeing to fail, or like they're trying to find something because it's just like good for press.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it's not fair. And also, like, I always like to put it in like in context, because what you guys are you're building things like big tubes that fly in the sky at like thousands of miles per hour, and you're carrying people in them. Like, that's like impossible to do. And somehow we did it. Like, humans were able to make that happen, and barely anything bad happens. Like, nothing ever goes wrong. Like, compared to like the amount of flights that happen every day, nothing ever happens.
It's like the safest form of transport right now.
It's insane.
Accidents decreased like crazy over the years.
Yeah.
And even though we're putting more airplanes in the sky, they're a lot safer than they were back then. Like a lot safer.
Yeah, no, it's like actually crazy, and there's like one thing that happens, and everyone just like, Boeing's the worst. Like,
the thing is, they're like,
it's still human lives.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, the issue with like airplane accidents, and why they're taking so seriously, that like, when it does happen, in the off chance it does happen, like it's not like a car accident where maybe like 1 or 2 people die, which still sucks, but like if a plane crashes, like at least 100 people dying. So if it's big, it can be like 300. And I've heard, like, I remember like when I was going through college, one of our professors told me that like the reason Airbus airplanes are so much bigger than Boeing airplanes is because Boeing like has an unspoken, and I don't know this is something my professor told me in college, but Boeing has like an unspoken number that they don't design the airplane to be able to carry past that capacity. So like, let's just say like an Airbus airplane, like you'll see they're like bigger. They have those double-decker ones, whereas the Boeing like 747 equivalent of a double-decker is like not nearly as big, because Airbus, their like capacity limit is like, let's say, I don't know, I'm just gonna throw some arbitrary number, like 500. They design airplanes that can hold 500 people, passengers, but then Boeing's number is more like 200 or something.
I have my pamphlet in the car.
Pamphlet with all the information on every single plane. But let's say like Boeing Boeing won't like allow the designers to design a plane that can hold more than 200 people, whereas Airbus allows 500 people because they can make more money. But Boeing's like, okay, well, if we have an accident with 500 people, that's a lot worse than having an accident with 200 people. So they have this like number, like unspoken number. I don't know.
Well, that makes sense though.
Yeah, it makes sense. But like, we're also the ones that have the accidents. So like,
Airbus has accidents too.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
How often?
I think like the catastrophic stuff like can happen to anyone, and like the thing is like,
I'm gonna look it up.
Go ahead.
Like things crashing into other things, like we can't control that. There's certain things we can't control.
Yeah, and like especially recently, like we started off the year with like 4 like freak accidents, aircraft accidents, and none of them were Boeing though, and like you can see like
they're the airlines.
No, they're like some random shit, like some like not Boeing, not Airbus, some other smaller thing like Embraer or whatever. I don't know what. Like one of them hit the Black Hawk helicopter, and like, oh shit, like yeah, everyone, like a bunch of people died, but like that's all. That they ended at this is tragic. But if it were a Boeing airplane, they just immediately start attacking Boeing because it's just like.
So what was that? Was that one Boeing? Was it Airbus?
No, that wasn't Boeing. That wasn't Airbus either. That was like there's like other manufacturers with like smaller planes.
Oh, okay.
Could be Gulfstream, could be Embraer. I don't know who. But then like there were like 4 more freak accidents. None of them Boeing. Like one of them just like flipped over. A landing gear failure happened. Stuff like that.
No, bounced the thing. He like bounced and slid and rolled over on the side.
Again.
Why were there so many earlier this year? Is there a specific reason?
I mean,
some people are blaming like Trump and stuff.
You could get into the politics. I don't think so. I think they're just genuinely freak accidents.
Yeah. Okay.
Like
I think people were trying to blame like the navigation. the systems that we use and stuff like that.
Well, they're like saying like Trump like cut a bunch of like
FAA
yeah,
people?
FAA people and these federal workers. He just cut a bunch of them, and like that like coincided with like all the crashes.
Yeah.
Like,
less safety standards.
it literally like happened like right after. So everyone's like, okay, well you just fired all these guys that work at the FAA.
Yeah.
And now all this stuff happens.
That's true.
But I don't believe that. I think like
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't know. You have a helicopter flying in like a flight path of an airplane. That shouldn't happen. And they just collide. Or like this other one's trying to like land on an icy runway, and it just flips over because it's icy. Shit like that can happen. But like all these ones that have happened, none of them have Boeing, and like it's more like okay, thoughts and prayers to everyone. And that's it. They just talk about the crash. That's it. But like no one ever like talks about like anything.
Or maybe they just pop up on our For You page because this is Boeing.
Could be. I don't know.
Maybe.
I just think it's like a little bit of a witch hunt where like it gets clicks.
Yeah.
And it's finally starting to calm down now, I think.
Yeah, 100%.
Until it happens again. Hopefully it doesn't, but like
198 U.S. incidents involving Boeing aircraft over 10 years, from 2014 to 2023, compared with 99 for Airbus.
okay, and then now look at how many.
It's only in the U.S. though, right?
Yeah, you just looked at only the US.
Oh, okay.
No, but it's such a like how many
Worldwide.
of those planes?
Because Europe flies all Airbus.
Oh,
and the US flies
okay. All
majority
Boeing.
Boeing.
Yeah.
Not all, but like majority Boeing in the US and majority Airbus in Europe.
Okay, let's see here. And only U.S. is coming up.
Oh, like how many
Boeing airplanes just as safe as Airbus, despite media hype.
Okay, thank you. That sounds like it could be
That's a headline,
Yeah, it
bro.
could be a bullshit headline. We're aware, but we're self-aware.
Written by Boeing Glazer 7.
Safety
I love
accident
Boeing.
incidents, 2013. Oh, they keep showing U.S.
Well, how many Airbus and Boeing airplanes are there in the U.S.?
There's a lot more Boeing though.
I'm not sure. Yeah, there's probably gonna be more Boeing. That's why it's not fair. It's gonna be Boeing's higher.
So they'll have a higher percentage of.
There's not really.
Yeah. Wait, for the 737 Max, you know that jet contract?
Yeah. The one we just got?
Yeah, the one you just got. They're saying that it's like a significant development, and also that it's a big influence in the defense sector of Boeing. So what's your thoughts on that?
Oh, we don't work BDS.
You know?
Yeah, you don't work on it. We work on the commercial side. So a lot of times they'll take like they just mod out like a already made aircraft. So let's take like a 6-7, right? 6-7 was first a commercial aircraft, like I don't know how long ago. But then the military was like, okay, well we can use that as a tanker to like refuel all our aircrafts or our jets. So then they take the 6-7 that used to hold humans and like passengers, and they mod it out. Just like you'd mod out a car to do something, they just mod it out to like instead of holding passengers, it holds fuel. And they make it so it can go refuel jets. So I don't know if you've ever seen the videos of like F-22s flying and then like go midair. Midair they're getting refueled by this big ass aircraft. That's usually like I'm pretty sure it's just tankers. I'm not sure. I don't work with tankers, but like a lot of the times when like an aircraft, like a commercial aircraft, is going to go out of production, before they do that, they release a new model of it that's kind of modded out for like some other purpose. It could be like cargo purpose. It could be tanker purpose.
And we can fix those too.
Yeah, and we
can help fix those.
Yeah, they're like special groups that fix those because they're like militaries as well. All these like military restrictions all the time. But we work purely on the commercial side.
Yeah, but they will reach out to us like, oh, we got this kind of damage in the area that's like you guys should be able to fix that we didn't really touch. Kind of give us like our input kind of thing. But to go back to your jet thing, that's just Boeing making money. We got a contract.
So with you guys got a government contract basically?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not gonna touch that, but like we're still gonna make money. Someone's gonna be happy somewhere, but we don't touch that. Yeah, it's not gonna touch us.
What do you mean touch?
Like we don't work on it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So just commercial only.
Yeah, we only do commercial.
Well, I like your podcast voice.
Thank you.
It's like calmer and sexier.
Thank you.
What about mine, bro?
Yours is always sexy, bro. It's always amazing.
But do you have any other opinions on the Vulcan rockets or anything like that?
Nah, I don't
The
have
what?
any opinions on that.
The Vulcan rockets?
Like the SpaceX make Vulcan, or a Vulcan is like a rocket guy, bro.
No, it's like Boeing has some. They're trying to get into aerospace now, like with the Vulcan project or the rockets.
Oh, they had like they had their rocket that it became a disaster fest for us. What was it? Was it the SLS?
Oh, that A couple months ago, that kind of thing.
No, it was like a year ago. Like so, pretty much. I forgot what it might have been. No, it's not SLS. It's something else.
I know we have a submarine.
No, can you search up what the Boeing rocket that screwed the astronauts was? So, anyways,
yeah, didn't they use it and the astronauts got stuck up there?
Yeah. So what happened is we made this rocket forever, and like we finally designed it, and we finally like it was ready to go, and we wanted to test it out on like these, not test it out, but like the first actual use of it was going to be to send these 2 astronauts to the ISS, right? So they go up there, they get there safely, the rocket works, but then somehow once they're in there, like, so once you launch a rocket, most of the rocket gets like trashed. It just gets trashed.
Yeah.
But except that pod. So that pod that takes them to the ISS will then get reused later on when they want to come back, and once the orbits are right and the timing's right, they just hop back in that pod and they'll come back. Okay. So, but when they park their pod in the ISS, there was
something went wrong.
Helium leak or something that happened. So the engineers could not guarantee that it was safe for the astronauts to come back down with that. So they're like, all right, sorry, you guys are gonna have to be up there a little longer, so we can send another rocket up there to take you guys back. And that little longer ended up being like a year, like 460 days or something.
Wait, they're up there for 460 days?
Yeah, they just got back like last week.
Oh, they got back?
I think they just got back like last week.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wait, but you guys, are the rockets equipped with that amount of food or like anything that sustains them for that long? Or how
No,
does it work?
they go to the ISS. So the ISS is like some big ass, like it's like the size of a football field or some ridiculous size. And they have all the food and stuff they need there.
Okay.
And they'll send like resupply pods up there all the time.
Yeah, if you're wondering if they get like the freaking airplane cookies or like peanuts, I can't promise you that.
Imagine you just walk into the ISS.
But like the food and stuff is fine.
peanuts.
Like they're all good there. It's just the fact that you essentially just gonna be there lonely for like 460 days, just floating in space.
Yeah.
So depressing, bro. You guys
what-
think you guys would be able to handle that? Being in space for 400 days?
I can survive.
I can definitely survive.
I feel
but,
like
like-
I'd lose my mind.
That's why I can't promise.
But no, but like the thing is like, it'd be like okay, I definitely lose my mind, but like it's not. I don't think it's as bad as like you would think. Like you're not just stranded there and just like talking to yourself the entire time. They still got like I'm pretty sure there's still got internet up there.
Yeah, but like if I go up alone, I think I'll come back with like all my imaginary friends. Like I won't come back alone. Like they'll be with me forever, I think.
You'll come back and you'll still be talking to people
Yeah.
like in the air.
It's like laughing to myself.
Remember that one time on the space station when we...
Like, I'm gonna have a podcast, you just empty.
I'm pretty sure when they're up there on the ISS, I think when they're up there on the ISS, there's like 10 of them up there at once or something like that. Because there's like the NASA astronauts up there, and then there's also like the Russian cosmonauts up there.
Okay.
But wasn't that one Kelly guy up there for like by himself for a little bit? He had a twin brother that was here.
Yeah, but like I think he set the record or something.
Yeah.
Or the U.S.
Being
record.
solo, just being up
I
there.
think some Russian dude has the actual record for it. But like, he was up there, or no, both of them were stuck up there for like a bit. Like they go up there thinking they're only gonna be there for like I think it was like a week or like some really small number. Just do a quick little test, like also test out this rocket, and then all of a sudden you go there and you're like, hey, sorry guys, the rocket itself isn't actually like we can't guarantee it's safe. Turns out they bring the rocket back unmanned, like no one's in there. It was perfectly safe. There was nothing wrong with it. But they can't guarantee it.
Yeah, that's hard. It's better that they didn't die.
Yeah. So then they brought the rocket back. It came back fine. I'm pretty sure it came back fine. But then SpaceX was like, all right, we'll come save the day. SpaceX is pretty foolproof with it. And we'll come save the day. But in order for us to be able to send our rocket up there, you guys are gonna have to wait until like February or some shit, or like next year. Because like the way like rocket launches work, if everything isn't like perfectly lined up, like you can't just send it any day you want.
The weather.
Yeah, not even weather. Like if I
on
want,
the hip and stuff like that.
but yeah, like it's all.
Oh.
I don't want to sound nerdy, but like
Yeah, that's true. I never even thought about that.
you gotta like time everything. Like okay, like if the space station is here now,
I didn't even think about that.
in like 5 days, it's gonna be here, and it's gonna take us like 3 days to get a rocket into space, anyways, or like to that destination. So you gotta time everything. Because like if I launch it now, in 3 days, where's the rocket gonna be, and where's the ISS?
So you have to launch it right when the space station's right above where they're launching, right? Like
No,
if it's in Texas?
no.
You
You
time it right.
To save
You time
as
it
much
right.
energy as time? Like save as much energy as possible?
Yeah, so like you need to be able to like, and you can do the math for it. Like I took classes for it. It's really cool. was one of my favorite classes.
It's a really cool job.
Because like you can pretty much just like do the math, and it's like it sounds complicated, but it's just setting a bunch of equations equal to each other. Everyone's done that, but like you just have object 1 is moving at this speed, starting from here, moving this speed, in this orbit for this long. This other one that you're gonna launch is gonna move at this speed in this orbit for this long. At what point, if they're both moving at that point, are they gonna match? And then based on that, you can figure out like the launch speeds you need to do it, when to launch them, from where to launch it. Like, all these variables you can just figure out with math, and you can find the exact timing of like when you need to launch it.
There's a lot of variables.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
resistance, stuff like that. Wind resistance.
But you can figure it out. So it's just all timing. The same way, like if you're like playing football and like this guy's running the route, you don't just throw it right where he is now. You gotta know where he's gonna be.
Yeah,
once the ball gets. It's the same shit. So they do that. So like SpaceX was like, okay, well we're gonna do that.
So did SpaceX end up getting them, or
Yeah, SpaceX. They came with SpaceX like last week, I think. The SpaceX was like, okay, we're gonna launch it, and you guys will come back like in February or something. But then I think there's some sort of delay that SpaceX couldn't do it, so I think they got delayed another 6 months or something. But at that point, after you're already there for like,
so you guys SpaceX, huh?
yeah, pretty much. And I think that our rocket thing is done now. Like I don't think
They're just like we out.
I don't think they're gonna use it anymore. But we got the F-47. Big dub for us. Stock went up.
Yeah, I remember the Boeing stock 2 years ago. I bought it. Dude, did not move, bro.
No,
I bought it during COVID. It just didn't move for like 4 years.
And then it tanked. It tanked
Yeah.
after the door, and it tanked every time like a little media headline would come out. It kept tanking every time.
Boeing won't go anywhere. Like I remember
Oh, it's
all the
not.
managers were telling me like it's not going anywhere. It's like one of like America's like biggest like money making things.
Yeah, and even during COVID, it was having a tough time. The government just saved it. It's never gonna go down. It's good though.
I think some companies end up being like too big to fail.
Yeah. I think that's Boeing for sure.
So you think like no matter what happens, the government will always bail them out?
I don't know matter.
I don't think no matter. So I see what happened if like Boeing really hits like a low, and like the government kind of like absorbs them into like some other like branch. Maybe like it becomes like a federal thing now.
We do make money. You know?
Who would be like the biggest competitor, like American competitor to Boeing?
It depends on what you're looking at. It's like Boeing pretty much is a little bit of everything. So like we have like we're most known for our commercial, but in terms of like actual money making, our satellites make us a lot of money. Our military makes us a lot of money. And then what else we have? We almost had rockets, but that didn't work, so we can knock that off. Anyways, but then like you have places like Northrop. Northrop also has rockets, but they don't have the commercial airplanes, so they don't make money off that. But instead of that, they have hella missiles. Like a lot of the missiles we use are Northrop. Same with Lockheed. Lockheed is like primarily military. They don't have rockets, but they have missiles. Raytheon, they again don't really have rockets. Their rockets are in the form of like hypersonic missiles. So again, they get a lot of money just missiles.
So SpaceX is the only company doing rockets right now besides NASA.
Yeah, they're like purely doing rockets. Wow. There's like a lot more, but no one is like as ahead of the game as SpaceX. What they're doing is like
they're killing it. Bro.
Yeah, they're like, but then I mean it comes at a cost. Like in order to be able to like make the advancement SpaceX is doing, like they're pretty much doing whatever the hell they want to do. Like I don't know if you've seen like their most recent, their whole thing is making reusable rockets. And, like what I was saying earlier, like you send the rocket up there.
Yeah.
Doesn't that save like $3 million? Like
I think more. I think way more. Yeah.
Because you can reuse those parts instead of just throwing them away, right?
Yeah, because like usually like what they used to do up until SpaceX is like they send the rocket up, and then the rocket is let's say like this big, and then you got like a pod like this big at the tip of it. Everything like from here to here.
Yeah.
Just gets tossed.
Yeah, it goes into the ocean.
It just gets tossed. But then you have that pod that comes back, and that's fine. And you don't even reuse that pod. But SpaceX's entire goal was to make reusable rockets. So they did that. And now they use reusable rockets all the time. They launch Starlink satellites all the time. They do it like every week, I think. They have like a new launch. And like they keep reusing that shit.
Yeah.
So they reuse the first stage booster. And then that's what saves them like $30 or $40 million, right?
Yeah, I don't know what stage it is, but they...
Rough estimate.
Yeah.
No, because...
Let's do this research right there.
No, it is.
Let's share your screen.
Bro has a...
Share your screen right now.
That's not fair, bro.
It's like materials and everything.
They don't have ChatGPT with them. You're using Chat. I'm using it too, but I'm not doing that shit.
I'm trying to get like try to study for each question.
4K.
Yeah, but okay, so this is what happens. Okay, so they were saying that traditional rockets that NASA used, they were single use, right?
Yeah.
So now each launch will cost them $300 million.
Yeah.
So by using that first booster and then you reuse the pod and things like that, now you make the rocket going from like 100 to 300 million per rocket to down to 10, 20 million.
And not only that is like the amount of rocket launches you can do, because you don't have to like you can now that you still have it. All you gotta do is like do minor repairs to it and like refuel that thing and it's ready to go.
Yeah.
Before they completely trash it, so you gotta make a whole new one.
Yeah.
And they spend hella money on that too.
What? Sorry.
And then so that's how they started. And then now they're like they took that like reusable rocket thing where like before it would just like go up, detach, and then come land on its own. And now they completely like cracked it out to where it's like the size of, I don't know, like it's pretty like it's like a skyscraper size.
Pretty cool.
The rocket.
OBJ stuff.
And it's like in the videos you'll see like it doesn't look that big. Like you just think it's like a cylinder.
Yeah.
And then you'll see it come, and then like as it's coming back down, it'll do like a flip on its side. Like from its side, it'll do a flip to go vertical again, and then it lands. But this shit is like the size of a skyscraper, and they're pulling that shit off.
Unbelievable.
That's crazy.
And then so they do that. They flip like a skyscraper. Dude, we sound so nerdy right now. But like they flip a skyscraper, and then before they got it to like land that skyscraper, and like the world freaked out about that. And then last year they like shocked us even more because now instead of landing the damn thing, they just catch it with like these.
They caught it.
They
Yeah.
just catch it with like these tongs. The mechanical like they call it like mechazilla. I don't know what it is.
It looks like a toy, dude.
Yeah, it's like I don't know what they have a name for it. Like some like funny name.
It's crazy. It looks fake.
But it just comes just like the rocket's coming this way, and they just catch it midair.
Have you seen that video?
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
So crazy.
And now like the goal with that is to.
What?
That's funny.
But now the goal is like to be able to keep doing that on like a massive scale, so that we can keep sending humans to Mars. It's like.
Wait, you think humans will actually get to Mars?
Yeah, I think they're gonna get there very soon.
Oh, for real?
The hard part is just getting us to like get out of the atmosphere and have reusable rockets.
Will they actually survive on Mars?
I sent somebody up there first.
Yeah, I think.
That's gonna be.
Wait, how close are we? Are you saying in the next 10 years?
We're already
or this is-
there. Just a
Oh,
robot version of
Answer the
us.
question on that.
Oh.
Like we already have robots that are already there, driving on Mars' surface, taking pictures for us, 4K, taking
Yeah.
pictures.
I think.
Like, We're there. We just gotta send a human there now.
Mars needs moms.
No, but in terms of like you can send a human there, but in terms of like actually doing survive there.
Yeah,
Oh, well, I don't really care about
Yeah.
that. We just gotta get someone
Okay,
there.
I think to get someone there,
60 seconds, press record.
Just throw a guy on there. He's like,
selfie real quick.
alright, you're on your own, buddy. Good luck.
Realistically, I think in like
Armstrong first got on Mars or
the next 20 years.
next 20 years. Okay.
I don't think we're that far off.
I think we're gonna get there in the next 5 years.
They
Well, no, that's
quote
ridiculous.
them.
Okay, but
That's
That's
I
some money on
think
this?
we could do it.
Some money on
Dude, do you see how exponential we're growing
but there's like
with SpaceX?
it's one thing to have the technology for it, but there's another thing to get all the approvals to be able to do that.
Dude, what approvals from who?
And also like
Does the government own Mars?
also just like
No one owns Mars.
We're like safety,
We just gotta get off of
First
Earth.
dibs, you get first dibs.
We gotta get off of Earth and we're
but you
chilling.
gotta think about this. You gotta think about this also. They gotta test like the same way they're testing landing the rocket on Mars or on Earth safely and reusing it. They gotta test that out with Mars. Just to get the rocket to Mars will take months.
Mhm.
Like it's just months of space travel just to get there.
You gotta test it, yeah, because gravity is.
So now suddenly testing it is gonna take a lot longer than just like you can do it in like a day or an hour.
Yeah, I feel like if we sent like a Russian into Mars, I feel like they'd do really well.
Probably.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the first people that should go to Mars should be like Russia. I just feel like it makes the most sense. Like they're pretty tough, you know.
And now this guy died too.
I don't know.
Isn't it gonna be like the
Send the Turkish.
back in like the,
Maybe a Turkish guy. Sorry.
are we having like a like in the Cold War when everybody was like trying to see who gets to the moon first, like Russia, the U.S. Are we having the same thing or just basically the U.S.
No,
that's
it's just
We're chilling.
I don't think anybody else wants to go there.
Oh.
It's the U.S. I don't even think wants to go there. I think it's just purely Elon Musk who wants to like fulfill his dreams.
Yeah, but from my understanding, Elon Musk doesn't just want to go on Mars and just say we did it. He wants people to actually live there.
Yeah,
Yeah, he wants to
And-
terraform it, right?
yeah, and I think he'll get there. Like I know NASA's trying to do the same thing, but with the moon. But
NASA ain't doing shit.
Wait, we already got to the moon.
NASA's useless, bro.
So NASA, what they're trying to do, the ISS is like kind of useless at this point. They don't. There's no more testing to be done there. It's reaching like the end of its lifetime. So they're gonna I think in like the next 3 or 4 years, they're gonna take down the ISS.
It's already just pissing me off. What have they done for the past 50 years?
To me,
NASA.
dude, you cannot do
what have they done, bro?
You cannot do what Elon is doing.
It's just a government organization with a bunch of people. Literally, oh my god. What do they do, bro?
Yeah, JPL like manages all this stuff, but you cannot Elon cannot do what he has done without the information and scientific research that NASA's provided.
Okay, what have they done?
How is Elon gonna know?
Okay, but how
jack shit about what's going on?
Yeah, since the last time they got from the moon, what have they done?
Elon have a single rover on Mars. That's just all NASA.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure, right? But that's good. But besides information, what else have they done?
What else are they supposed to do?
I don't know.
They're focused
Something
on
cool.
Research. They're focused on research.
What research, bro?
It's like a government funded thing to just research. Elon is literally just it's his own business. He can do whatever he wants. He's just having fun with it.
So you're saying because it's under the government regulations, they have to ensure safety is the top priority before you do anything crazy.
Well, safety, and they also have they have their own priorities. Elon's goal is to get people to Mars.
But
NASA's goal is completely different. They want research, and then they also, and I'm pretty sure they have a bunch of stuff going on, top secret stuff going on in the background that they're not telling us.
It's probably not even that cool. Y'all ain't crazy, bro. I'm sure it's not like that.
Maybe that teaser.
Except aliens, which we'll get into later.
But
that's the only cool thing y'all got.
The way I see it is just that NASA hasn't really done much, and then the past 10 years we have sparked space interest and all that new stuff going to Mars and all that stuff is from SpaceX. That's what's
okay.
That's the point I was gonna get to initially, is that the rate at which SpaceX is growing is crazy compared to everyone else and the progress they're making. But if you actually look at the work quality there, it's miserable. Nobody will say anything good about working at SpaceX because the way they're able to
they overwork?
They work 60 hours, 70 hour weeks average.
Oh.
They tell you that when you're interviewing. I have plenty of friends that have interviewed there, and they tell me after that first interview, you're gonna work 60 hours, 70 hours, no overtime.
But are they getting paid a decent salary?
No, they don't get paid that much better than us either.
Oh.
But they get company shares.
Yeah, for
a significant amount.
Yeah, for a private stock though. It hasn't gone public. Who knows when it's gonna go public.
And they have to sell it to get.
And then realistically, David, you get burnt out if you're working 70, 80 hours a week.
Yeah.
You're gonna get burnt out. I think there's gonna be a few people in the bunch that actually passionate about what to do and they don't really care.
I mean, the thing is, sometimes, and I know this is gonna sound bad. It's kind of funny because the field I work in, I shouldn't be saying this, but sometimes there's in order to achieve a certain end, you gotta have people that are willing to work that much, and you gotta have people that are willing to be okay with it.
And they are. I think everyone that goes to space, they go there because they want to do something revolutionary. They know SpaceX is right now the industry leader in space travel. So I think that's why they want to go. But that does not take away from the fact that it's shitty work culture. You see the emails that are leaked of what Elon sends to his employees of okay, well, if y'all just gonna complain, you guys can get fired, shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's low-key just some corrupt dictator, some aggressive dude. But the thing is, in order to be able to do what he does, you need to be able to do that. That's what I'm saying. The reason no other company is keeping up with them is because not because SpaceX took all the good engineers, only SpaceX has good engineers. Because there's a ton of startups. I've applied to plenty too. They all have rockets. None of them are just making progress as quick as SpaceX because no one is getting overworked as much as SpaceX. SpaceX has the most employees and is also overworking the most employees. Everybody complains about the work life there because everyone's on your ass there.
Mm-hmm.
But you're miserable. But what ends up happening is you get to be part of something cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's an amazing mission. It's unbelievable, dude. Going to Mars. What do you even do when you get there? I can't even comprehend.
That's
build the foundations or I watched a video about
Mars
it.
Angel, bro.
What?
Sand Angel, Mars Angel.
Mars Angel. You can't really breathe there anyway, right? Because the atmosphere is doesn't have enough oxygen, right? So we have to terraform it.
Wait, so are you walking with these special helmets to
Yeah,
get there?
yeah, Omar.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
That's crazy.
No, yeah,
you can live there.
you can't. The same way we go to the moon, and like the same way like when astronauts are doing spacewalks, like they have to repair the ISS. They're literally just outside, like floating in space, just like crawling around, just repairing shit outside in the middle of space. Same way, anytime you're outside of that ISS, you do your little like environmental little ecosystems or some shit. It stands for some shit. You need to have a helmet on. It's like a pressurized suit so that you don't just blow up. Because I think it's like much lower pressure. And temperature as well as temperature controlled, because it's going to be much colder in Mars where you can't survive. And then on top of the oxygen. So what they're trying to do is before humans get there.
So
talk about nuking it?
Wait, nuking what? Mars?
Yeah.
No, they're nuking
What?
asteroids.
No.
Yeah, they nuke asteroids. So
Oh,
they
yeah,
can,
sure, yeah, that's it. Yeah, but I thought that was like a thing.
Who can you? Why are you gonna like make a place that's already uninhabitable more uninhabitable with some radiation?
I'm
on
pretty
it?
sure it was like a thing to like warm it up or something like that, to like get something going.
That kind of makes it, but I feel like nuking is like the stupid.
I think I
shit.
read, saw it on the internet like years ago. So I
Alright.
don't think, that's the only reason why I said that.
I feel like so like.
But it's not
Yeah, I
livable
don't really
though.
know.
If we need the pressurized suits to live on Mars, I thought you're just gonna get on Mars and then you're just gonna create this like little civilization where everybody can just live there.
That's what I'm
Like that's how Elon makes it sound. Like, oh, we're gonna get to Mars
that
and then
is Elon's like end goal, but again, I don't think that would happen for like another like 80 or like 100 years where we actually have a colony there. I think getting people to Mars and
can we
starting
even
like,
plant food on Mars?
Yeah, you can.
so that's what I'm
Okay.
like what they're gonna do is like build like
Not like
a
not like in the dirt. Not like there's no. I don't know if there's no. I don't think there's gonna be soil there. But I think they're gonna have ways where like you have an incubated like room
yeah.
where with light and like whatever you'll be
That's
able to
what
grow
we
like
need to figure
potatoes.
out.
That's the thing. Like everything's artificial.
Yeah, but they're gonna try to terraform it, right? Which is like try to grow, like bring in water somehow, and then like try to create
Right.
plants, and then that's gonna create oxygen because there's gonna be plants living there, and then we're gonna be able to have no suits eventually after like hundreds of years,
Just supposedly,
That would take like
For real?
forever.
The-
You have
yeah.
to change the atmosphere.
that the changing the atmosphere would take like millions of years.
Bro,
Realistically.
Really?
Yeah. That
Maybe I was tripping.
Because I'm watching Elon Musk, and then I think I feel like he just explains it where the hard part is just getting there, and then once we get there on Mars, we're done. We have a civilization, everything's gonna work fine. That's why I didn't
no,
understand.
it's like they say
Isn't the way you pronounce it Yilong Ma?
Elon Musk.
Isn't it Yilong Ma?
Elon Musk.
that's what you're saying. You're saying that.
I said Elon Musk.
Just kidding.
Said
I
Elon
think it's Yilong Ma. It's not.
For the sake of my career, I love it. Especially on nuking Mars.
But no, so what he needed like space colony, and NASA's trying to do the same thing with the moon.
Colonize Mars.
It's like they're essentially like huts, okay? They're like it's like domes, like semicircle domes, and like each
Oh
one
yeah, I saw
is
that.
like those you can take your suit off because those are gonna be environmentally controlled. So they want to have that shit in there, where you can just like have these little areas that are kind of like domes. They can be there and just chill, and in there you'd have your plants, you'd grow your food, you'd have like everything else, like your water, and then they have rovers outside doing all the hard work for you. They go collect water from like the polar ice caps. They come bring it back to you, and you just manage the stuff inside. And then once you have like a couple of these domes with all these crops, then you can have like probably like a solid like 10 people in there, and then boom, you call it a colony.
Okay.
NASA's trying to do the same thing with the moon because they're gonna get rid of the ISS, and they're gonna put the equivalent of the ISS. I think they call it the Lunar Gateway. I don't know if they're still doing it. I just researching it. in
Oh, like
college.
that freaking thing?
Yeah, it's the Lunar Gateway. They're gonna instead of the ISS that orbits the Earth, they're gonna have a lunar gateway that orbits the moon.
It's like an elevator, right? That elevator type thing?
I don't know what it looks like anymore, but like it orbits the moon, so that way it's kind of like a pit stop.
Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah, it's like a pit stop if you want to do more space travel.
That costs a whole bunch of less money.
Yeah,
You need less thrust to get
it's
into the
a lot
atmosphere.
cheaper to do that. If you want to like get to places like Mars, it's gonna be a beautiful checkbook, which your boy Elon Musk is gonna use. So whenever you're saying, "What's NASA doing?" They're working hand in
No,
hand
look,
with
okay.
everybody.
When I say NASA's not doing anything,
They're
I
just
don't
doing it a
mean.
little slower.
I don't mean like I actually have a lot of respect for
Yeah.
NASA. Okay, I think they did obviously amazing things, but I just feel like they're so inefficient. I just looked up the stats on how much it costs SpaceX compared to NASA on how much it costs to launch.
Yeah,
SpaceX Falcon 9 $67 million per launch. NASA the Artemis missions is $4.1 billion.
okay, hold on. Do you know when the Artemis mission
Yeah,
happened?
this sounds like
When was that?
That was like the 50s, 40s.
That's even worse.
The Artemis.
Because 4.1 billion. Well, okay, that's okay. Fine. They don't have the technology. It costs more. Fine.
And also, of course,
United.
SpaceX is
Okay,
cheaper.
ULA United Launch Alliance Delta IV Heavy $350 million for launch.
No, I'm not saying that's.
ULA Vulcan Centaur $100 million. The highest one for SpaceX was Blue Origin, and that one hasn't gone out yet.
I thought
Blue Origin is its own
is
company, bro.
no, it's
Blue
just
Origin New Glenn.
no, that's Jeff
That's-
Bezos.
Oh, that's a separate company. My bad. So SpaceX $67 million, $97 million.
No, I know that.
Like, I just feel like they're so inefficient and they just take forever to take. And it just, okay, to be fair, this is a confirmation bias thing because I just don't like government organizations. I think they're slow.
Yes.
And I'm just
yes.
confirming that
No, it
for
is.
myself.
It is.
It's like I'm trying to make that point already because I already know it.
Yeah.
So,
That's what I was
but
gonna
I
say.
have a lot of respect for NASA, of course.
The moment it's like a government organization, everything is gonna move extremely slow. Okay. The reason that NASA also is like all their rocket launches are a lot more expensive is because they don't have reusable rockets now. I think they pretty much ditched that entire idea of reusable rockets. They work hand in hand with SpaceX now. SpaceX designed the rockets. They work with like all those like fucking SpaceX missions to go like save the astronauts. That was led by NASA. NASA and SpaceX work together for that. They're using a SpaceX pod attached to a NASA rocket. The NASA rocket takes it up there,
That's nice.
and then they detach the SpaceX pod. And they work together.
I'm happy to work together. No, that makes me feel good. It's like, they could be competing, but I mean, I don't think they could.
They are a lot slower, but also just like this system that they're working in.
I
It's
don't
like,
think government organizations compete with anyone.
Yeah.
NASA's like your little brother with an unplugged controller.
Because like SpaceX, they can do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah.
And they just go, like, it's literally just like whatever Elon wants happens.
But back to the Mars conversation. I think at the point when we get to Mars, I think at that point AI is going to be so advanced that humans aren't going to really do that much of the work.
Bro loves his AI.
Like, I'm serious. Like, the robots, like, there's going to be robots that are already functioning that are going to be able to do everything for the humans.
Yeah, that's what Omar said. He said there's gonna be rovers like bringing you water and things.
No, but I mean, like all the work.
all the work,
like,
like
Why,
everything.
to get
why
there.
couldn't they do all the work?
They
To
are.
get there?
Oh.
Is that what you're talking about?
And at that point, why does it even matter if humans are there?
So just have robots
If
over
you
there.
think about it.
Like-
why would it even matter?
Because you can't depend on like robots all the time. There's something.
At a certain point, we're going to be able to.
Ask ChatGPT we could nuke Mars.
Yeah, okay. Wait, you try to search it. Why do you want to nuke Mars, bro?
Yeah, I'm telling you, I saw it like 2019.
Can you pass me one?
Like,
No, but
I'm pretty sure Elon said he wanted to nuke Mars. Like,
I
yeah,
don't know
like,
about this.
Technically,
but
yes,
ASMR.
probably not. Musk once floated the idea of nuking the poles of Mars to release CO2 and warm the planet, kickstarting terraforming.
it's in the started.
The idea denoting
What is
thermonuclear
Vietnam?
bombs over the polar ice caps would vaporize CO2 and HO2, thickening the atmosphere and warming the planet.
See?
oh,
So there's not enough CO2 in the atmosphere, so that's why we want to nuke it.
so if we nuke
So
it,
create like the greenhouse gases.
Yeah.
so then that would make it better for oxygen.
So it will create we want it more breathable.
How much is it gonna really do though? Like Mars is massive. I don't know, bro. I'm not.
But it'll just make a bunch of radiation all over the place, right?
I mean, I don't know.
But look, okay. I think
the atmosphere of a planet takes millions of years. There's no way you can speed that process up that much.
You could definitely get it started though.
Yeah.
You have to get how many times?
Yeah, you can get started.
Like,
Why not?
oh, we should have nuked it 10 years ago.
And who doesn't want to do like a
Yeah.
landscape?
Nuke. And honestly, to be fair, everybody on the goddamn planet, like every leader of a free world or like not a free world, all these countries, they're dying to nuke something. Why don't they just let them take it all out on Mars and they get to have as much fun as they want? Everybody wants to nuke something. Just let's do it to Mars, all together, and then maybe eventually it'll fix it.
What would you do?
But we don't know the precautions, you know?
You need to send that
I know
email.
what you would do.
You need to send that email to other world leaders. Like, nuke Mars.
Guys, take your anger out on Mars.
Really go ham.
into it.
No.
No.
Okay. Okay. So, okay. But back to the point. So I think AI is gonna be so advanced. Like, what's the reason that humans even need to go there?
Just to say we got there.
Yeah, that's cool and everything. But what's the difference between an AI being there and us being there?
Here's the thing, though.
Why can't a Tesla robot just be there?
Because what is the point of...
the air is so fresh up here, guys.
Yes, that's the thing.
Yo, this is fire.
We've already accomplished that.
Yeah, I know.
We already have a rover that uses AI, okay?
Yeah, I know. Why don't we just keep sending really advanced AI robots
there? A bigger accomplishment is to have humans there and make something...
Yes, you can
it's so
patch the
much harder to...
Mars.
Human eyes.
A robot could do that.
No, but like the whole goal...
Why are we risking human lives?
No, so the next Neil Armstrong can say like one small...
We sent humans to Mars.
No, you know what I think we should do? Elon Musk, write this down, okay? We should just keep...
not listening to the Stay Humble podcast.
We should...
He's gonna see it. I heard the interaction.
Yeah, no, he's gonna see it for sure. You should just send a bunch of AI robots there, like just thousands of them. Like Tesla AI robots, the ones that walk and stuff, right? Get them to finish everything up. Build a fun, actual,
that's what
good...
they're gonna do.
No. Really?
Yes, that's what they're gonna do, bro.
Okay, but I feel like we're in a rush to get humans there.
And you know whose idea that was? NASA's idea.
Dude, NASA can't come up with any ideas.
Bro.
If they had ideas, they would have been at the moon. They would have built an entire building there. It would have been fun to go to the moon. We would have been flying there and, playing freaking games over there. But instead, we're just sitting here and they're all, research.
Imagine Fortnite on the...
Bro, I had to do a 60-page research paper on
that would be so fun, bro. See, I want to play Fortnite on Mars.
Look up the NASA Viper rovers.
Huh?
NASA Viper rovers. That's like one of the rovers they're going to use to like set the shit up on the moon.
Bro, why we got to go to the moon? What else are you going to find there?
It's easier to start on the moon and test it out on the moon than to keep wasting your time testing it out on Mars.
Test what?
It's in a different atmosphere.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but like just the ability. So okay, let me tell you guys what the moon shit's trying to do. They're trying to go, one, have rovers that go and mine water from the polar ice caps there, so we can have water there instead of having to ship water. And then on top of it, they're gonna have other rovers that are 3D printers that use the lunar.
That's pretty cool. NASA?
Yeah.
Good job, NASA.
Lunar regolith to build the huts. So they're gonna send these rovers there years ahead of the humans getting there. They're gonna collect enough water. They're gonna like set up these like big ass domes for us, 3D printing. And I think they might have already tested it not on the moon, but like with like this earth dirt, and they figured out like how to make it work. So they have these other rovers that are essentially just massive 3D printers. They're gonna 3D print these homes for us on the moon.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they're already doing that.
Not
a Mars rover is also already using AI. AI isn't something that came out like last year with ChatGPT. They've been using that for like decades already.
Okay, that's
it's
cool.
got more advanced.
I'm just saying, bro. When's the last time we went to the moon? Like, y'all are done.
Because there's nothing
It was in 1980 or something?
No, 60s.
It was 60s.
No, really? Yeah. That's the last time they went?
No, that was the first time we went.
The first time.
I'm talking about the last time they went.
I think it was probably like in the 60s too.
No.
Yeah, I don't think there's any point to go there.
Okay, look it up. What?
Progressively looking it up.
Yeah, 1972 was the last time. It was the NASA Apollo.
Who said y'all could stop?
Here's the thing.
Who said y'all could stop? Like, y'all didn't go. What have you been doing for the past 50 years?
The NASA Artemis program is aiming for 2026.
That's all I'm saying.
So they're aiming for 2026.
Yeah, they're coming back.
They didn't go to the moon. They went to the moon like 6 times.
Dude,
and then they were just like, oh yeah, I think we're good.
Because what? You're just going to send guys up to spend...
Go build stuff here.
Dude, they don't have the technology to do that yet.
There's no way.
No, back then, that's what they're trying to...
Really?
Are you not understanding here?
Okay,
they're trying to do that
okay,
now.
fine. 3D printing, that's pretty insane.
That's what they're going to do. They have
But they couldn't have done that before?
No.
They can have people there, but they can't build stuff there?
Yeah,
I can send my cousin.
That's a big gap.
Like, Ben, your cousin. He does construction.
He's gonna go on, but he can barely do it on Earth. He's gonna go to the moon.
That's how I figure it out.
There's a big gap. To get the rover to the moon is the same way you get the fucking human to the moon, okay? All the human has to do is step outside, take a selfie, plant the American flag, say hi. That's all he can do, okay? There's no way you can go ask a freaking astronaut who has a PhD in like astrophysics, not laying bricks on the moon to go build a house on the moon, and also build like an environmental thing by himself. While also, because if he's gonna do that, you need to ship all these resources to him from Earth. That makes no sense economically either, in time-wise. Or you just make a couple rovers, like 3 of them. You send them years ahead of time. They go do it all the hard work for you. There's no like collateral damage. It's just a robot. No one's gonna die if a disaster strikes.
Yeah.
Also, the environments that these guys, the rovers are going to, like the polar ice caps they're going to, they're like highly toxic. I'm pretty sure too. Or like there's some other rover that like mines the toxic shit. I think they're all the Viper rovers. But it's stuff humans can't do. It shouldn't do. Or if a human does do, it's entirely inefficient. As for why did we stop going to the moon? Well, it was just a field trip, right? Just to tell Russia that we could do it before you guys. That's all it was.
Okay, fine.
After that, there was no point.
Fine, you win.
I know.
Shut up. Seth, what do you think?
Let's play some Clash Royale.
I'd be down. Okay.
And I agree because you have to keep the human alive. I don't know if you said that already. You gotta keep it alive.
I did
You
say
gotta keep
that.
it warm. Yeah, I heard.
But it's like we're having a presentation and then that one friend it just comes out of nowhere. Just to say it's like a couple words so you get the point.
I don't make a bossy, bro.
You passed me
Dude, I've been
water.
out. I think we've both been out.
Okay, so
No, you don't deserve this after yelling at me, bro.
No, Omar was making really good points so far.
No, you're
Like that's why he's an aerospace engineer, bro.
yeah, bro.
I used to want to like be in the space world.
Did you actually want to be an astronaut?
You know your stuff,
Like,
dog.
growing up?
Not an astronaut, but like orbital mechanics was probably my favorite class. So I sound hella nerdy now, but that was my favorite class. Anything space related was cool. That's why I did aerospace in the first place, because I just liked anything space. But what happens now? I'm working on airplanes, bro. No correlation whatsoever, but like, still airplanes are cool too. But I'd rather work in space.
Yeah, that's cool. Bon, you listening? Just kidding. Okay, I want to talk about aliens. So have you guys heard of the theory of the type of species we are?
Yeah.
Like type 1,
Yeah.
which is like, we haven't even hit that yet.
What about the type shit?
Oh yeah,
We have like, I've never seen the power of the sun and all that stuff.
yeah.
Type 2, type 3.
Yeah, there's like type 2 and then type 3.
You're a changed man now, huh?
Yeah, bro.
Both said non today.
Dude,
I did a presentation in high school.
Banana is the best thing
Yeah,
ever.
that was it. I talked about that.
Yeah, can you, because I know a little bit, but do you know like, I mean, it sounds like you know a lot about it. But we're not even, I think people are saying that we're like 0.6, type 0.6.
No,
So we haven't even reached 1.
yeah. It's actually like the 3 types. I don't think I have a description on this. The Kardashev scale.
You're disrupting Seth's type civilization
Who's
presentation.
opening Clash Royale right now?
That's like Google Slides from high school. So
It's called the Fermi paradox.
no, that's just it's a book I got.
Oh,
I
okay.
guess this paradox thing that talked about like the big question about that thing was like if there are aliens out there, where are they?
Mhm.
Kind of thing. And like you started talking about like the different categories or different whatever types.
Mhm.
Talk about like the great filters. There's like a video online from like Guirgus like the in a nutshell.
Oh, I
videos.
love those videos, man.
I love them too. There are different, whole bunch of different theories of like
Yeah.
either like we're too young, maybe we're too old in this universe. Either all the aliens died or all the aliens are not alive yet, haven't been born yet. Maybe we're the only ones out there. This is the only planet capable of life. Or yeah, maybe all the aliens died off already. They were born and then they all died off.
Yeah. I think, I don't know, dude, because there's so many different theories and they've shown up in so many different areas. Like the pyramids. Like, I actually, and Egyptians get mad at this.
Yeah, y'all did not build that, bro.
Yeah, I don't think we built it.
Y'all did not build
Why
that
not?
shit.
I'm gonna be real. You think that we built the pyramids?
Yeah.
We definitely didn't build the pyramids,
Oh.
bro.
We did.
Bro, do you know those stone blocks, right? They're cut in a way that no technology at that time could cut it. That's the first thing. Second thing, they're
Egyptian
moved.
engineering.
No, okay? They're removed from hundreds
Yeah,
of
we probably had a
miles
bunch
away.
of slaves.
Those
doing them.
slabs, bro, they can't carry it. It's the size of like you've seen the pyramids, bro. You cannot carry those blocks. There's no possible way human beings can carry those blocks.
So you're saying like aliens did it. And
Well,
left.
I've heard that like the
That's
mummified
so
bodies,
much.
they've seen like the
What about
skeletons.
what about the pyramids in Mexico? How come they're not like they're still like big huge structures?
People claim that aliens also built
Yeah.
those, but I think they talk about the pyramids more because like the Egyptian ones because they're like scientific marvels, like their geometry themselves, like I don't know, like some shit about like oh yeah, you divide it by this number, it becomes pi. You divide it by this number, like
Coordinates
some
too.
other
But
numbers,
lots
like
of
the
buildings
coordinates,
like
it
that
points to the
are
North Star.
historical. We can't even replicate today.
The what?
A lot of like famous landmarks we still can't replicate today. Like if you go like like the Colosseum, or if we want to replicate like something.
I think we could.
You can do the
I think we could build the
Or-
Colosseum again.
No, so the issue,
like there's a lot of like the old architecture. Like some of it we still don't know how to do today, right?
no, I think you can do all of it. If we wanted to, we can build pyramids now with the technology we got. If we just go,
I don't even think we could.
I think you could. Bro, we got shit like cranes and like John Deere machines.
Yeah.
But it would take us.
You ever
Like,
heard of?
it'd take us like 100 years.
Yeah, but these guys took like thousands and thousands of years to build those pyramids.
I don't know about
Probably
that.
a few hundred years.
I don't even know about that.
And like the thing is, okay,
Where's
Yeah,
that?
It definitely it took like 5 years of pyramid. Bro. I don't think so.
I don't think it took 5 years, but I also don't think it took 100.
but like oh, it took more than 100, bro.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know.
ChatGPT.
Well, none of us know.
No, but here's what I'm saying is like the technology we have now, like you can build it for sure.
Bro, what?
What?
The Great Pyramid of Giza took about 20 years to build, according to historians and
The hell?
archaeologists.
I told you.
Sorry,
20 years.
Hey,
It took around
but
20
that's ChatGPT.
20 to
ChatGPT
30,000 workers.
Dude, it
Or
was not
you
built
can
by
have
humans,
like
bro.
one John Deere, bro.
Or you could
Like,
use John Deere.
like
Brand.
the Caterpillar brand. Like you just have Caterpillar up there.
Yeah.
Like the construction brands, like trucks.
Oh,
I'm saying like with our technology now, I think you can get it done in like 2 years.
I don't think so. I don't
Bro.
think we would be able to. I think it would
They
take.
didn't have cranes back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those don't.
They didn't have
no,
a
no, no.
Literally, dude, have you seen that?
No, okay.
At a Bass Pro Shop, it's like a pyramid.
But
Yeah.
those, yeah. But those stone blocks came from hundreds of miles away. I'm talking about building a replica of the pyramids. Getting one of those big stone blocks 100 miles away, that would take forever each one.
We just 3D printed them.
How they have, they can do it in 20 years with 30,000
Imagine.
people. Imagine have like 100 to like 200,000
Dude,
people on it.
Bro, I'm saying if they could do it back, like aliens aside, if we're saying they did it back then, you're telling me we can't do it now.
You can't do the aliens aside. That's invalid
Okay,
because
no.
aliens aside means that.
I thought this entire thing was I thought his point was they did it like with 30,000 people.
Well, I don't even
back
believe
then,
it
and
was.
we can't replicate that.
I don't even believe it was people. I genuinely believe it was aliens.
I don't know. If
You
it was
believe it's
aliens.
aliens?
I don't
Or
know about
people?
that. I do think the only thing that like points to it being aliens for me is that like all this like scientific phenomena that go with that thing, like it's like all the coordinates and like the geometry of it. I think that's like alien-esque.
No.
What about Machu Picchu? Like
That-
it's like,
that's not
that's a
nearly
mountain.
no, it's not.
no. It's also pyramid.
It's also a pyramid.
That's also
So I'm
pyramid.
saying like, to say like,
That's not nearly
How
as
come we don't
impressive as the
question
pyramid
those?
though.
That's
Because
a good
it's not nearly as impressive.
I know it's not, but it's still, it shows you that the capabilities of humans, that they
Yeah, it
can actually
does.
do this stuff.
Well, I think.
But like that's like using like stones and rocks from that area. But what's impressive about that is just like it's like a wonder of the world. It's just a pyramid in the middle of nowhere. And it's a nice pyramid too. It would be making all sorts of sounds when you clap and shit. Like videos.
No, but the pyramids, there's so many different specific details about like
Yeah,
where they're placed on the earth, like compared to the stars. It's like they're true north, right?
yeah.
And that's like unbelievable that people
Like,
knew the idea of true north at that time.
There's some. It like relates to pi somehow. It relates to like Fibonacci's number somehow. Like all these like weird like scientific and mathematical coincidences that line up with this. That's what's crazy to me. And then like what's more impressive about that than like Machu Picchu, like, well, it's one thing to like make the pyramids like the size, okay, but then another thing is the rocks. I don't think are from the area. I'm pretty sure. So they had to ship those rocks. Like Machu Picchu's rocks, I think they're from that area. And then on top of that, it's not just a pyramid. The inside is like a completely different world of its own.
Oh, have you seen Mr. Beast video? You went inside the pyramids?
Yeah, I think that video is a scam, but we don't.
It is?
I think it's really annoying. Okay. I think it's so annoying how everybody Mr. Beast gets to go in. Because he's Mr. Beast or
paid
he
the
gave them a bunch of
government.
money.
No, he did pay the government.
And of course,
100%.
Egyptian government was going to take it
They
because
did.
they're corrupt.
They did.
So annoying.
But you know, they put a statement after
So
that video saying, "Oh, this is not funded by the government or
Of course.
or something like that." But Mr. Beast said in the video, the government gave us like
I knew
3
it.
helicopters to
Yeah.
fly around the pyramid. I was like, bro.
But yeah, I think it's. So do you believe it's Egyptian workers? Okay, I'm good.
I'll pass it.
That's good.
Why'd you pass it to us?
It's passing around.
Oh,
Okay, it's
my
fine.
bad. Anyway,
Yeah, it's happening.
So you just wanna
anyway,
tell you?
I think Seth, what do you think?
What?
Do you think it was aliens?
I don't question it.
You don't question it? Bro, how do you sleep at night?
That's probably how I sleep at night.
Wait,
I don't question it.
you don't question it? You don't.
What's
Wait,
matter?
you think it was us or aliens? Like, what do you mean you don't question it?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I think it's still unknown.
I don't.
It'll be nice
think
to
that's
do it.
weird.
That'd be
There's
cool.
literally beings like beings that look like aliens on the hieroglyphs. On the hieroglyphs.
No, these are their gods.
I hate
or
saying that.
something.
No. They found corpses of aliens, right? In Guatemala or
That's real.
in Guatemala, and the Mexican government was showing them
No,
off.
Guatemala.
Were those real or fake?
I think that's
I don't
fake.
know.
I think that's proven to
Are
be
you
fake.
sure?
It's not
It has to be
from like 6-7 years ago. Like
No, it happened like
bodies.
last year, bro.
Yeah, those were fake.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's fake.
There's another one where
they showed like in court, right?
Yeah. There's another one where
That's
there was a guy sitting like there's an alien body, and he had 3 fingers, and he was sitting like crouching up like this. That one I don't know if it's real.
on, bro.
It was like this, like sitting like this, and he had 3 fingers, bro. And they did a CT scan. They had bones, like it had bones and everything.
And they say aliens have bones.
And they took its skin out. They ripped its skin off, and it was real skin.
Yo, tell you right now,
It's mummified.
if those findings and those releases, like,
See, they're ancient Peruvian mummies.
Yeah.
Or manipulated.
Yeah, but
constructs
they're
made
like
from
this
human
big,
animal
and they-
bodies.
they're tripping.
Those okay. So I think the Peruvian ones are fake, but there's another one that they found that was like. So you don't think all those are fake?
I think they're all fake.
Bro, I feel it's real. I think there'll be way more evidence.
That's what I'm saying. If things were actually real, like if we actually found an alien body and like someone just posted a picture, the entire world would be freaking out.
Yeah.
Governments would be talking about it. They'd be freaking out. They'd be like, surprise everybody! We've known about it for years, but now
They already said that.
No,
They already.
What is this some Area 51 stuff or what?
The U.S. already came out, and like 34 people that worked in Area 51 and different parts of the government already stated, yes, I saw aliens. Yes, I interacted with them. Yes, I saw the UFOs.
Nobody said
No,
that.
but those,
Yes.
those are whistleblowers.
No. Yeah, whistleblowers. Those
Yeah,
are
but
real.
It's the same shit
Yeah,
as whenever
what do
you
you
have a
mean,
whistleblower at any place. Like Boeing has plenty of whistleblowers. They
Okay.
go there. Me knowing what we do at Boeing and then hearing this whistleblower talk, like half the stuff that come out of his mouth is bullshit. Okay, so now
Come on, dude. No, you can't do that. It's 34 government agents saying the same thing. 34. All 34 of them are saying bullshit.
Yeah.
That's not.
But they're not giving you detail. They're just saying.
No, they are. They're giving it's a full
No,
documentary.
I've watched.
And it hasn't even come
I
out yet.
watched the congressional hearing where they had like a whistleblower, like a guy, and he's just like, yeah, they do have alien bodies in Area 51, and we are doing testing on it. That's all they say.
Yeah, what are they supposed to say?
They don't get into any more detail.
And they
than
also
that.
said,
They didn't
yeah.
say that.
That's like me walking down the hall and I just see someone talking about. I hear someone talking about. Oh yeah, we did testing on it.
So you think these people are lying?
No,
For what benefit?
No, because this is what I think. Okay, I think aliens exist. Okay, we were talking about this in the car right here. Okay, I think aliens exist, but I don't think it's like we don't have like the bodies or like the test. If like maybe the government has like some of the bodies in its testing, but I think simply just going off the fact that like 30 guys said it, because if you use that logic, you can like go into a whole lot of other topics in the world where like, oh yeah, 30 guys, like it's conspiracy theories. There's like plenty of people that will say it. Okay, what I'm saying is
No, it's 30 guys who had access to government and were people who were working government their whole lives. That's not. You can't just dismiss
I'm
that.
saying that's not enough. Okay, it's just like he said, she said. Okay, but then you have like the actual government going to Congress. Okay, and they're like, oh yeah, we have 75 cases of like UFO sightings or UALs, whatever they call them now, that we cannot explain. But here, anyways, we'll talk about them. We'll talk about the properties. Oh yeah, we saw this thing. We don't know what it was. We're pretty sure it was extraterrestrial because of the way it accelerated this way, like at G's that a human can't withstand. That shit like that. When you have video proof, that shit kind of makes sense. Okay, until someone comes to me with an actual like video proof, or like a picture.
It's not just eyewitness. Like I want.
No, just like I'm because like a lot of these whistleblowers, they say
So
they
you're
do
going
this
off
stuff
of
for
documentary,
attention.
basically.
Guys,
That's
but listen to what I'm
The
saying.
34 guys are based off a documentary.
34 people, dude. No one has access to that. How many people work in the government who have work at Area 51?
How do you know they work there?
they are.
No, they didn't work there. But like,
For
here's the thing.
military and
They know there are people. Okay, and like no disrespect, but they know there are people that like have
the
a
documentary is called
background,
Age of Disclosure.
Yeah, age of disclosure.
They know there are people out there with like your same mindset that like would eat this shit up. Okay?
Yeah, the documentary people, but it's good. It's pretty good evidence.
More than
it's
more than
pretty decent evidence.
No,
34 people.
It's just he said, she said. That's all it is.
Okay, so if
I could come to you right now.
So if 30 people from Boeing came out and said something was a problem that they all saw and experienced,
Hey, they already be doing that, but
wouldn't everyone be like, yeah, that's pretty crazy, like that happened?
Already happened.
yeah, it's already
Okay,
happened.
so why do you believe them? Why wouldn't you say, show me a picture?
Because but
No, he's saying, okay, is this what you're trying to say? Like 30 people that hate their company are gonna come out and make some like lie for the
yes,
video.
they're gonna do that.
That's what he's trying to say.
Yeah, I don't.
There's always gonna be some guy like I can come to you right now and be like, yeah, like I saw like fucking Boeing like breaking this beam in half and then shipping out to a customer. I can tell you that right now, and who you can believe? I can get like 6 other guys behind me. I guarantee it right now.
Okay, but do you understand
And
that?
I can come to you and we can all say, yeah, we shipped a broken part to this customer.
Do you understand that
And you gonna
34
believe me?
people is a very significant amount for what we're talking about? 34 people might be like 40% of the people that know about aliens or know about UFOs.
I don't think it's a significant number at all.
For this
topic,
could definitely be a significant number for how many people know about this stuff. The government only gives information out on a need-to-know basis.
You have
which means that they never.
You have all
Everyone
these
on Earth
people.
is questioning whether or not there's more out there or not.
You have all these people, and none of them have.
No, I'm saying people that have access to that kind of like the knowledge that they have, if it's true.
And none of them come to you with evidence. You have 34 people that you're saying is such a substantial number, but none of them have evidence. Other than
what is?
other than like
had verifiable.
What are they supposed to show you? Pictures?
Like I don't know, some documents.
They can't. They can't. It's government stuff. They can't do that.
They should all. They also can't spill the beans like that. If it's really true, they also can't be talking like that.
No, they can't because I think.
Well, it's confidential information. If they cannot show the documents, they can't talk about it either.
I have it.
They're supposed to show some like video proof, something.
Okay.
Like we can talk about like.
No, because I feel like even if there was something, like say someone caught an actual UFO in the sky, within like 2 minutes, someone's ready to be on it, take down other videos, take that guy in for questioning, or just kill him off. It never happened.
So you think like the government is covering it up?
Why
isn't that? That could be possible. That's
I don't think they're covering it up. I think my theory on this entire thing is
that
that
not be doing that.
Why are they not?
Killing people that are whistleblowing.
Not whistleblowing, just like if someone actually captures alien life, like alien or UFO, why would the government not be on top of it?
I think
But why would they cover it up though?
Why would they not cover it up?
Because I think we've gone
too. What they get out of it?
We've gone too technologically savvy for us not to realize that they're killing people that are recording stuff. Like the government everyone would rebel against the government if they did that.
I'm sure you would not be able to send out a tweet saying, "Guys, the government after me."
Dude, we record everything though.
I know that, but
Everything's
then why haven't we
recorded.
captured alien life?
Because
we have a ton of UFO footage.
But it's so different. Each UFO is so different.
Yeah.
That's
it
what I'm
is.
kind of
You think
like.
they're real? I think.
Yeah.
There are real UFO videos.
I think UFOs. They took it to Congress.
Yeah, no, but
There
that's
are real
why
UFO
they said
videos.
they found no verifiable evidence.
Yeah, but they don't know what it is. At the end of
Like
the
I
day,
can believe there's UFOs that are real. I can believe they've been captured. Whether the video's still up, that's one thing. But there's just so many different types of
no.
life.
So like
In my head, like make up your mind.
the whole.
There are different types. There are different categories of them.
Yeah, like I've seen like the whole there's like a black night satellite or something. This guy that it's like some like weird rock in the sky.
Yeah.
It's been captured like multiple times.
But it's like the way they move. Like
That's what it is.
it's
like
unbelievable.
There's like the UFOs that inspired the Battle of Los Angeles, that kind of thing. Like that row of lights from the sky.
Yeah.
Oh,
Texas.
I saw that.
There's like so many different kinds of like
So-
UFOs. Just like I'm not saying make up your mind aliens, but like
Yeah.
like what's the UFO? Like what's the UFO? Where are they from?
So like my thing is that like Congress is going okay, and like and they have there's like a time limit on like if something is classified after like a set amount of years it has to be declassified. I think it's like 15 years. Like I don't know what it is.
50.
50 something like that. There's some number.
The JFK and MLK were under declassified because of that.
Yeah.
After like 50 years. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, so like shit has to get declassified anyway. So then these guys go to Congress like last year, like 2 years ago, and they're like, here are 70 videos and 70 like all these documents are 70 like unexplained UFOs we've seen. or UALs, whatever they call them. And like they just went over them one by one. And like, here's this video. As you can see in this video, it's moving like hella fast, to which a human cannot survive in that kind of acceleration. Like they would just get crushed. So like, so they just automatically attribute it to an alien. So I see that kind of stuff, and whenever I see this kind of stuff, like, and where they're like releasing this more and more, I like in my mind, I think what it is that like the government already knows about aliens. Okay, they already know about aliens, and I think like the entire world's governments know about aliens. I just think they're trying to like, instead of just like dropping it on us just like out of the blue, like some Trump goes to a press conference like, hey guys, just checking in with you guys, we got aliens dropping before like GTA 6 or some shit. You got like,
that's how I want it to go down.
Low key, that'd be hard.
That'd be so cool.
Like, by the way, BT does. There's an alien right next. He's right behind me.
Yeah.
But instead of
I kind of want to chill with one of them. Like, I wonder what they're like.
Put alien on the pod right now.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I feel like
the first part with the alien.
I think they're just trying to ease us into it. Like just slowly like sprinkling more and more like little bits of information to get like people like a little bit more comfortable, get us talking about it. And then I think at some point they're gonna bring like, hey guys, aliens do this.
Wait, but isn't there's a good way to figure it out if aliens are real, right? Can we just send rovers to other planets?
No.
And then 4K videos taking like
what?
taking like you're taking video, and then if you see there's actually aliens or not.
No. Because the thing is like, I'm pretty in my head that if aliens do exist, well, because it depends
where
on
they come from, like another planet, right?
Yeah, like I'm talking like other solar system,
Exactly.
galaxies, like shit that we can't even look at right now. Okay, like so I think one, they're like hella advanced, and they look at it like the same way we look at ants, like some inferior species where like we don't even mind them. They probably look at us like that. Okay,
that's part of his conversation, like different types of civilizations.
Yeah. Like they're super advanced, like they don't even like want to look at us. So sometimes maybe they're just exploring space. So when they send those probes to us to kind of like just like
I think they're watching
around,
us, dude. They're watching us.
I think they're just like scouting. Like they see us and they go to other planets and check out the same.
Another galaxy.
Yeah. If there's aliens, I think they're from like completely like out of reach places that we can't even detect them right now. So I think the only way we can ever find aliens is if they come to us first. And like, hey guys, surprise.
Also,
I want to talk to them.
It also depends on what you
I
define
want
as
to hang
aliens.
out with them, dude.
Because like,
what's
They're probably so cool.
What's it they're not gonna kill us all?
Huh?
What's saying that? What if they just kill us all?
I don't think they would. What reason would they do that? And honestly, this is what I believe. I believe they came down. I believe they came down and they helped us build the pyramids. I think they built the pyramids themselves, like pretty much. I think they took care of all of it. I think they taught a lot of people the technologies that we have today to be able to advance.
They just disappeared.
Yeah, I think they've been helping us. I think they've been helping us this whole time.
I think
I actually believe that.
I think if aliens do this, then
It is crazy, but
if someone were to come to me and like just confirm with me that aliens exist, then everything would be okay. Pyramids, they did. Stonehenge, they did. Freaking Tiki Island or whatever that place is.
Easter, whatever.
Yeah, Easter Island. They did that shit too. I mean, I think someone else did that. Like humans can do that one. But all these like weird phenomena we can't explain. All right, give that to aliens.
I hope they're nice.
They must be. They gotta be.
You think they speak English? Imagine they speak Chinese.
好像做，
Do you understand
哦哟
something I forgot?
冰淇淋
Oh my lord.
They speak Filipino. Right?
一阵只能做，哦哟，冰淇
Y'all speak
淋。
Tagalog on this, bro.
They all speak Tagalog.
Okay. Anyway, you guys want to change the topic? I was thinking we talk about something new, something interesting, something I've noticed about us three, right? Not that I haven't noticed about you, but I feel like we us three are like the class clowns.
Okay.
Like
I
we're
want to talk about aliens more.
okay. We can talk about
No,
it.
go ahead.
No, I feel like you do.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, no, cut me off. Anyway, yeah, I think our personality is interesting because I think we like to make people laugh a lot. I love to make people laugh. I like being the center of attention. And I think our experience is unique. And correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like me and you are like that at least. I don't know 100% about you, but I feel like you are. Like class clowny.
Even at the freaking our dinner, someone stepped me aside and they're like, "Oh, you love." They didn't say anything aside. They made a comment like, "Oh, you love being the center of attention, huh?" And I was like, "I don't know, like you observing that? Or you like making a comment like." You want to stop or something? Because I'm just gonna keep going.
Yeah, that's weird.
I personally
How do they do that?
Like I hate attention being on me. Like legitimately, like I hate people saying happy birthday to me. I hate being surprised. I hate people like if someone gives me a call like that dinner, okay? I cooked. Everyone, oh, thanks, Omar, great dinner. It's really good. I don't know what the fuck to say to that.
Wait, like you actually
anytime
cooked,
you guys-
or you
You don't know how
like
to
made
take a
people
call.
laugh and like
No,
you
like I actually cooked, and like all these
okay.
people are saying like thank you, whatever. Like little things like where I'm like the center of attention. I hate that shit.
Yeah.
Anytime someone's saying happy birthday, I hate it. Anytime I'm giving a presentation, I hate it. All these like little things, I don't like that. But like when it's just like a natural thing, like I'm just like cracking my jokes. Like, I don't try to be funny really. It's kind of just like, I mean, you know my humor, it's like dry humor. It just comes out of nowhere. Like, just casually drop it in,
slurs.
and then people laugh. I'm not about to be like, hey guys, y'all want to hear a funny joke? Because there are people like that out there. Like, hey guys, I have a funny joke. And those are the worst kind of people out there. I hate them.
Yeah.
But like, there are people like that. Those guys are the center of attention.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you said that someone came up to you and like called you out
Yeah.
for making jokes. Like why?
I wasn't making jokes. I was just
Drop a name, bro.
no. But
Is someone you know?
yeah. But
They're
they're
at our house, bro.
yeah, they're at your house. At our house.
When?
At the freaking dinner.
Oh,
But they
yeah.
didn't mean it like dissy.
They?
Yeah.
Was it one person or multiple?
Hold on, let me just keep going. It's just when I think I was like singing, like I was just like conversating with
They're
everybody.
gonna be watching this. They're already gonna
Yeah.
know it's them.
I was just talking to everybody.
Mm.
Like, I was just chatting up the room.
I think I
People
know.
on
who
the
it is.
couch, 2 people on the couch, people on the chair. I was talking to everybody. I was standing up, just talking to people, blah blah, eating my pie, blah blah. And I see them smiling on the wherever they were smiling.
On the beanbag, huh?
And no, and I go to what's going on, like, oh, and they make like, oh, you love being center of attention. I'm like, you like observing there, or like you making a
I
comment, or
know
what?
exactly who this is, bro.
And they're just like observing. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't know why. I feel like some people they get angry or like get annoyed at other people for no reason or like.
I think
Because I don't think they got angry at
No, I think it's just like poking fun. It's
Yeah.
Like, it's
Oh,
like,
okay,
I
so
don't
it's
think
like
it's
lighthearted.
Yeah, definitely. They're
I
observing.
don't think it's serious.
Okay.
That's why I didn't take offense to it.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm like, why say anything?
Yeah.
Let me have my fun.
Yeah. I don't see why she needs. I mean, they need to see that. I see it's a girl because there were a lot of girls there.
There's like,
No, there was not a single woman in there, but it's straight testosterone.
Yeah. Never mind.
Yeah, come on now.
that was a good dinner.
That was
A lot of fun. You had a good time.
Yeah, that was a good dinner. I wasn't there. Okay, but the reason I brought up this topic is because I feel like there's like an associated like kind of vibe with like being the talkative one in the group. Like I don't know. Like I had an original plan for this topic, and I guess it's because like sometimes I feel like I struggle with it. Like sometimes I think like because I'm so talkative and I'm so outgoing. Sometimes I think of like, man, maybe sometimes I could just shut my mouth. You know, I should just shut my mouth. Like, and the reason I believe that is because like maybe people perceive me as like a little immature. I don't know.
I
Do you guys feel-
understand where you're coming from.
Do you guys feel that way? Like, I don't know. Like, have you guys ever had those thoughts
I'm
or
just
like?
letting you know I understand where you're coming from.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna say. I understand where you're coming
Okay,
from.
should we just
Been
change
there, done
topic?
that.
Should we just change
No,
topic?
I don't think,
No.
No, wait.
We could go after aliens.
No.
Okay.
Like, let's go back to like who would we nuke. That's it. No,
Have you seen the memes? Because I know with the memes, it started off with like just taking India off the planet, and then like
whoa.
but then it shifted. I saw like a month ago. The meme started shifting to India first, then France for some reason. There started being like some weird France
Bro, where's my
slander
croissants at?
out of nowhere. I don't know why.
Costco, bro, you don't need friends, bro. You got
Yeah.
Costco.
Costco will make them good for you.
France was in like my memes of like destroying France. I was like after India, but like it's not like weak. And
I
was
think it's
like,
just like French people are just dickheads, bro.
that's probably why.
I don't know if
They're
y'all.
kind of rude.
I don't know if y'all have ever been there, but like, dude, like, no disrespect, French folk. I'm sure there's like some sweet ones out there, but dude,
S'il vous plaît.
they don't like
C'est la
tourists,
vie.
and they let it be known that they don't like tourists. And like on top of that, like I feel like maybe it's because like the French like language is like very much from the throat, so it just naturally sounds a little aggressive. So I think sometimes, like, even though I'm not trying to be aggressive, like, if I don't know what they're saying, it can, like, sound like that, and especially if they're, like, mean mugging me while they're saying it, it's like, alright, like, y'all just, like, not saying I nuke them or anything, but, like,
I'm not saying I'm not agreeing to the meme.
I just think that's why the meme is there. It's like, okay, yeah,
I just thought it was funny.
we'll take out these guys, and, like, on top of that, like,
So
It was like something. It was like India, France, and then I think like India again.
Yeah. Okay, who are you nuking after India and France?
Probably France. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
I'm not gonna answer that question.
India.
It's
France.
just the memes I'm looking at.
Why?
Right. I've never searched up this.
Okay.
My For You page is weird, but.
Oh, anyway, back to the topic at hand. Okay. I just feel like whenever like you're always making jokes and you're constantly known as the guy that makes jokes, people just don't take you seriously. Like they don't see a serious side of you. Until like when they do, it's like
Until you crack.
yeah, it's like a like they'll see like a slight glimpse of it and it's like, oh my god. Like, they see it as a completely different guy. That's happened to me multiple times where it's like I can make a lot of friends really quick because it's like I feel like I'm just a good people person. I'm always cracking jokes with them, so people just laugh, and that attracts them to me. Like to just be my friend and be on good terms with them.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the time, if I just like hang out with people like surface level, like all I'm gonna do ever is with them is like crack jokes. But all my closer friends know me on a much deeper level and know that I'm not just like yeah, I'm a funny guy, but I can also like I have like a deeper side to me. But I feel like whenever you just like that surface level, like with all these other guys, like with like dozens of friends that you're just surface level with, all they see you as is like some jokes guy. So they don't like actually like think you can ever be serious, and I don't know. I think they see you some type of way.
Mm-hmm.
Or like maybe like for you, like you feel like they think you're a little immature or some shit. For some people, they'll think, yeah, you're just center of attention, like you love this shit. For me, like I've straight up been like told by like a couple of my friends now where they're like I see like how many people you talk to. Like you talk to like you know a lot of people. You just walk around like for example in the office. Like yeah, you go walk around the office. You talk to a bunch of people. Everybody knows you. Everybody loves you. Like you make everyone laugh. You're confident when you talk to people.
Okay, stop gazing.
That's how I was okay about this topic.
No.
I was mega big talking about this topic because at the end of the day, we're just kind of pointing ourselves as like the funniest guy in the room.
Okay,
I didn't mean it like that.
I'm gonna stand on it, bro.
I think I'm pretty funny.
Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna lie.
I think you guys are hilarious.
In our mutual friend, I still think we're the funniest guys, and I guarantee everyone watching will agree with that.
100%.
Okay?
I love talking to you guys.
Okay. But the point, like, I'm not trying to glare. I'm saying this is like the whole. It's all gonna like tie back to what, like, how you guys know.
Stay humble.
And also,
yeah, we gotta stay humble.
Oh yeah. Okay, but I wasn't trying to say this to like glaze ourselves. I'm saying this because like there's a lot of problems with it.
Yeah, no,
like real problems that I want to talk about.
Yeah.
And also, Seth has the best smile. He gets the award for that.
He does.
He has the best smile award.
He's just a nice guy, bro.
So good.
But like, so like, there's all these things, and like the guy just like, okay, yeah, like I just see you. Like all.
He's trying to see it.
Wait, what?
They're not wrong.
I'm getting blinded a little bit.
They're like,
Wait, blinded by what?
It's like behind me.
Oh yeah, I know. Sorry, bro. Why are you slapping the host?
Okay, my bad. Anyways, they're like, it's like all those traits are like that's traits of a fuckboy. Like when I first met you, I thought you were a fuckboy.
Oh yeah.
They told me this like 37 people have told me this. And I'm like,
funny?
I've not heard that.
For knowing a lot of people, making people laugh,
Like, just being,
being
like-
friends with everybody.
like they like it's
Okay.
essentially like I don't know, being like the popular guy.
I've been called a flirt.
Yeah, shit like that. But like, if you actually know me, that's not me at all.
He's literally not him.
Yeah.
I
Like-
swear. I'll do an oath.
I have zero game. I feel like I'm like not very confident in myself. And I'm just like I just feel like I'm just nice to people. I'm just funny. That's it. And that's all I do. I'm just like a people person.
Nice guys.
I'm just social butterfly that needs to flap his wings. But then like on paper, all those traits are qualities of a fuckboy. And like whenever like the first guy that came up to me said that, like one of my good friends, and he said that. And I
Who
was
said that?
it was still tuned into the podcast. And it didn't bother him. He was like, "Hey, don't take this
It
the
is
wrong way."
bothering him. Don't do it again.
He's like, don't take this the wrong way, bro. But like when I first met you, like, and I realized now it's a big misunderstanding. But I thought you were a fuckboy because of like X, Y, Z. And then like, but now I see like after talking to you, like I was like far from the truth. And then he asked me the same thing. He's like, how does that make you feel? Like knowing that you're this kind of guy, but people perceive you like this. And then like another guy said the same thing like a week later. And then one more after that. And I'm like, okay, now like that's when it's like after the first guy, like, I didn't care. After the third guy started bothering me, it's like maybe I gotta like change how like I act if people aren't gonna take me seriously at all.
Like, have you said that? I've never said that. Like, oh, when I first met you, I thought you were blank. Like, the most recent time I heard that, Angel told me, like, oh, when I first met you, you were really annoying. I thought you were annoying.
Angel told you that?
And then I got to know you, and then blah, blah, blah.
Did Angel also tell you that you like being the center of attention?
Anyways.
One thing I do appreciate about Angel is that he's very straightforward.
Hey, shout out Angel, boy.
Shout out
He
Angel.
blunt.
I don't know about straight. I don't want to say straightforward or blunt.
Okay.
He just has his opinions on things.
Yeah, he's blunt.
That's blunt. Like, if
But
you
we
know
love that. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. As long as you don't do it
I
to me,
say
it's good.
blunt's like, I don't know. That's like the truth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
being
right.
blunt.
And he does not care. And he was straight up saying like, I don't care. I don't care.
But I'm just saying, I don't want to say blunt. That's just his opinion, not the truth.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
I mean, when I say blunt, it just means like straight up. I don't think it's like, oh, it's like being mean.
But I think when I hear blunt, it's like, it's a wake-up call kind of thing.
Oh, no. I think it's just like, the guy's just being straight up.
With his own opinion.
Yeah, that's all. Anyways.
That's so funny, man.
What's wrong?
Oh my. Yo.
I wasn't recording.
What?
Audio.
Oh, the mic's on. Oh my god.
No way. The entire time?
Yeah.
No way. We have the phone.
It's bad audio. But I
Wait,
set up
you
those
got-
mics for nothing.
I knew this was gonna happen, bro.
No way.
Now we're recording it for the audio.
Okay,
But can they hear it
do it
before?
again. Do it
Yeah,
again.
no, they can hear all of it. But it's just going to be not the best quality.
Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay,
Do it again.
Yeah, we're good, we're good.
Do it start up again.
Okay. Today we're... No.
Wait, you didn't press record?
So this
No,
is
now
on
it's
now.
recording.
So this is on now.
Oh shit.
I'm sorry, bro.
Nah, I feel like we've
There
all
was a
been
couple times where I
loud.
talking to the mic.
No, it's fine. They're going to be able to hear us and
Yeah.
everything. It's just not going to be the best quality.
Yeah.
It's all good.
But, yeah. Okay.
Dude, I've been doing ASMR this entire time.
Yeah, you did it
And-
when you first did
And
it.
this entire time, I've been like, in my head, I'm like, what if they cannot hear my
Yeah,
ASMR?
Shout out.
So-
I'm really sorry.
If
guys.
y'all been seeing me like
Shut up.
eat into the mic,
What a bummer.
I was doing
Shout
ASMR
out
this entire
Boeing
time.
boys.
Damn, I'm really
Sorry
sorry.
about those.
Anyway, sorry. You were saying...
Were you talking about Angel?
Angel,
Yeah.
Donnie, Josh, Omar. Seth, shut up.
Anyway, so what do you think of him? Like,
But
do you think that he comes up? What do you? So this is your first time meeting them, or like
but there's no.
second is time meeting them?
Okay.
I feel like he would have a good idea. It's literally like, we talked about aliens and glazing Elon Musk for a bit.
Yeah, I know. Alright, fair enough.
Some more than others.
I try.
Some more than others.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, but so, like,
Why can y'all hear me now?
so Seth, what do you think about what Omar said?
Well, what?
Do you relate to that? What? How do people perceive you?
No comment.
You doing therapy now? This is stay therapy? Stay
Um,
therapeutic?
Sit there.
Yeah. You guys got a problem with
I
therapy,
think I can have a solid conversation with somebody.
Yeah?
That's really it.
bro? You're not Batman.
I know.
Just open up.
I mean, I don't like. I'm not constantly on like my cubicle. Just like, tell me what your problem. I'm not saying Omar is that. I know I can talk to Omar about certain things.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I don't know.
No, but I'm saying like, it's just the fact that like everybody knows you as like the funny guy.
Yeah.
But like, how many people like know like the deeper side of you? You know, I'm saying like they just like on paper from the outside, you're just like a bubbly dude walking around the office.
Yeah.
You know everyone. You say hi to everyone. Everybody loves you. But how many of those people actually know the deeper side of you, and like know anything other than you that other than that you're funny and you're a fun guy? Like they just think you're a goofball on paper.
I mean, that's not so bad.
No, it's not a bad thing, and
Yeah,
I don't
it's a
think it's a
great
bad thing. But it's like it's one thing to like.
You know, if I'm not gonna like, yeah, I need people to know. Everyone in the world, I have a sensitive side, and also I can be serious. Like that's it right now. That's me telling people that.
Yeah.
And, like, I mean, I'm still human. I still feel things. I just 99% of the time, I will randomly cut to like a random bit in my head and start laughing.
I can see you
Like, he
do
does that
that.
every time.
Yeah,
He just like quote something or reference something.
yeah. Just somebody will say something. I'm like, oh yeah, like we kind of have.
Like,
Something random.
I don't think like I'd ever like change. Like after like those three guys told me like the same shit. Like they literally all called me like fuckboys. Or they all said like they didn't call me fuckboy. They said, yeah, I initially perceived you as a fuckboy. Like, yeah, it bothered me for a bit, but I'm not gonna change it. Cause like at the end of the day, it's like, you know, I'd much rather be like a fun guy, and like those I care about, and like those who care about me, they can know like the deeper side. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I.
The only time it becomes an issue is whenever you like say like, okay, yeah, I thought you were fuckboy, because fuckboy inherently has like negative connotation.
What?
And I just think that like that's like the only issue I had with it. Where I'm like, okay, well then that makes like people like have like weird first impressions of me, like they just make these assumptions about me that aren't true.
Did they like think that you want to like bang them or what? What was their?
No, these are all guys that told me that.
That's still my question. That's still my question.
My bad. No, I just think there's like maybe they thought that that's why I talk to people.
Oh, to bang them?
What? He's straight up banging people.
But I don't think that, like, that's not the point. It's just like, I don't know, whenever you say like fuckboy, it's like,
oh, yeah, fuckboy. It's not banging.
No. It's just a flirty guy that like can't like be really taken seriously. Other than the like flirty side of him.
Bro, what do you mean? We keep saying flirty guys. If you're just talking with guys, how you being flirty?
No, it's not just guys. It's like anyone in the office.
He's gay.
Oh.
He's gay.
Guys, girls, doesn't matter. It's just coworkers.
Okay.
I'm joking.
No, yeah, like, I get it. It's like not serious. Everything's a joke kind of thing. Blah, blah, blah.
No, but guys keep saying like I have this funny personality, right? Which is that's really cool. But at the same time, like what is the point? Like you're saying like any setting you go to, you're just gonna be like the life of the room or what?
No, it's not intentionally. It's just like
Like
it's
this
just how
happens.
yeah, it's
I'm
just
making jokes.
yeah,
Yeah.
like but I met you like for the first time here.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean you came over to talk to other podcasts,
Okay.
but like
The pod.
I do my own thing then. But I came here, I started cracking jokes immediately.
Yeah.
Without even like knowing like half like anything about you. It's just how I am.
Yeah. That's a good thing.
Yeah,
Like what he's saying is he's a really personable guy, and he's very easy to talk to. People like that.
yeah, keep going.
And
Omar.
and
I'm
like,
almost there, bro.
and then like because he's that naturally like that, people perceive it as him
Uh-huh.
being like trying to like flirt with
Trying
people
to
or yeah.
But
But
like not even trying to. It's like they don't like I don't think they
Appreciate
see
it.
anything wrong with it, but they don't see anything past that. It's surface level,
yeah.
and they can't see anything past until they like do see it at one point. And like I feel like all my friends have ended up seeing that serious side at some point, and then they're like, okay, and then they like I feel like they respect me a little bit more.
Yeah, but I work. I want to be surface level. I don't want people to know like the deep side of me. Like who
Yeah,
cares?
that's like my kind of like what do you guys want out of this conversation? Like
Yeah, who cares?
I don't need everyone I like making people laugh. I like talking to people in period. If I can make them laugh, that's cool. I don't need people to know like if I have problems. Like, that's cool. I would like that.
That's not the point. That's not the point at all. I'm not like I don't.
They're saying that we have feelings, kind of thing.
No, it's not even that. It's like I'm not hurt by any of this or anything. It's not like there's very few people I go to and like like open up to. Like probably the roommates, you like my closest friends, family, whatnot, shit like that.
Yeah.
But it's just the fact that I feel like sometimes like especially at work, like our cafeteria talks. Like half the time it's like out of pocket as shit.
That's fine.
Okay? But I feel like sometimes I open my mouth and I'm like, oh, here he goes again. Omar's about to make another out of pocket take. Like I'm known for the out of pocket takes. To a point where like they don't take anything I say seriously. So sometimes I'll make it like a genuine point.
Mm.
They don't take it seriously. I think it's just more of a it's not that I want people to know the deeper side of music.
Oh, so you have like a bad perception. About
Yeah, I feel like people just don't take me serious sometimes.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
He said that like 8 times.
Yeah.
No, but okay. So
I personally, I mean, maybe people think that of me, like when I say something, I just like don't catch it. I don't know if people take me seriously or not. But I don't.
I got the vibe I get from you is like you're a little bit more like I wouldn't say closed off, but you're harder to crack. Like in terms of like your like how you feel internally and like your true like emotions and stuff. Like you're like I feel like you can go anywhere and like people will like you and have fun with you. But like deep conversations, I feel like it takes a lot longer to get that from you. Like really deep conversations.
I mean, I can hear people out.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but like
He's
whether or not I tell you something from my life, I don't know.
It doesn't open up.
It's hard to get him to open up. But
him I can talk to.
Yeah.
I can tell that because even when something bad happens, he's just still smiling. Like he's still smiling.
But like I feel like with him, it's just like, yeah, like it's hard. I feel like he's a lot more selective with who he opens up with than like me, at least. I feel like if someone opens up to me, I'll open up to them. I just automatically feel comfortable with them. He's a lot more selective, but I think like
I'll smile.
It's a good thing.
But I think
I'm about to drop something on you.
Please. Oh,
You say the worst thing.
I got a bitch pregnant, bro.
Yeah, there's like that. They'd be like, I should just tell you.
But
It's
like
good though.
like what I see with you is like why you like that because I feel like a lot of time like people are messing with you. Like I don't know. I'm not gonna get into specifics, but there's certain topics that I feel like people mess with you a lot about. So like it's just like inherently like girl problems. Okay, I'll just drop it there. I'll leave it there. That I've seen them mess with you a lot about it. So where it's like okay, if I were in your situation, like they mess with me a lot about it, I don't want to like I'm not gonna want to open up.
Yeah, that's why I don't talk.
Because
I don't talk to them about them.
Exactly, it's like because you're treating it as if it's jokes. Why am I gonna open up to you?
That's why I'm very like. If it's like my personal life and stuff like that, like what I do, it's kind of just like it's my business. I could tell you if like I need your opinion on something, or if you need opinion or like what you see from me, just in case like you might look by or something like that. I'll gladly hear you out.
Exactly. What would you open up to? Somebody you don't trust or no?
Yeah. That's like with a lot of my things, I actually mainly just talk to Omar, and then or just like get Angel's opinion on something.
Like for me, I tell everyone like I'm an open book, but like so open book where like open book would also like you're only gonna open the book to like page 1 kind of shit.
Yeah.
Or like yeah, I'll just give you like a I'll answer the question. Like Omar like what are your thoughts on this? Or, like how has this affected you? I'll just drop it. Oh yeah, well it wasn't good. I won't get into like specifics unless I'm comfortable with the person. If I'm comfortable with the person, then I'll get into it. But like off rip, no, I'll just like answer the question, open book, sure. But I'm not gonna get into specifics. There's like a lot of stuff like people like don't know about me. I just keep to myself. There's like shit that should stay personal. Like there's stuff that no one else needs to know.
Yeah.
As long as I can deal with it. If I can't deal with it, then sure, you go ask someone else. But like,
yeah, I agree with you. And I think we both know that about each other. It's like whether it's just like kissing and telling or just like something we're just trying to figure out for ourselves right now. So just hold off.
I also feel like reading the room is something that, like not many people can do. Like some people like they ask you a question, you can like I don't know, like especially with this guy, okay? They'll ask him a question that's like visibly uncomfortable and he does not want to share. But they just completely miss that.
Yeah.
And they just keep going at it and going at it and going at it. And I keep trying to like pry him open to say something.
Yeah.
And they do that to me too. I'm just like, bro, like read the room. Like if I said no the first time, why am I gonna say no? Like
We'll stand our ground though, just not say anything. But try to change the subject.
But like it's like some people's like lack of social awareness, that shit can kind of irritate me sometimes. Again, I just think it's like them not taking it seriously. Like they maybe because we're always like such goofballs, like joking around all the time, that they don't like I don't know, they don't think that we can like have like these deeper thoughts or like
Yeah, sometimes I feel like back to what you said, like about people not taking you seriously. Sometimes I think, and I like think back to my actions or like what I said. I'm like, man, like I okay, so I like being like talkative and like social and saying like whatever comes to my mind and like making jokes, like whatever. But sometimes I think I'm like, damn, like what if maybe I'm like being too much, you know? Like maybe like I shouldn't say like 90% of the stuff I say, you know, and it's for that reason. It's because I think like people might not take me as seriously, or might like not I don't know. They might not be as like keen to trying to understand me or talk to me as much. But yeah, that's all I have to say honestly about that. But yeah, it sucks because like. It's like my natural inclination is to just blurt out whatever comes to my mind. And I want to do that all the time because it feels right. It feels like myself. But sometimes I question it. I'm like, maybe I just didn't learn self-control. Like when talking, maybe I just didn't learn that or something. I don't know.
I feel like I've gotten like pretty good. Like I've messed up a couple of times. Like, oh yeah, like I like kind of like what you said, like where you say something that you shouldn't have said. And I'm like, damn. Okay, like I feel like it used to be a lot worse, but now I'm like a little bit better. But still, I catch myself like saying something that in like hindsight I'll be like, I shouldn't have said that. And it happens whenever like I'm meeting someone for the first time, and like when I meet someone for the first time, I kind of like to gauge them. I'll crack a couple jokes and I like keep going, and then like once I figure out like their line,
the threshold.
Yeah, I won't cross it. But sometimes like I go one joke too, like I take one step too far, and then I can immediately make them come on like, damn, I shouldn't have said that. But it's like also something that I'll intentionally kind of do, like, and not in a bad way. I'll intentionally do like when I first meet someone, like kind of like crack, like I was gauging you, like unintentionally gauging you, like me cracking those jokes when I first met you, like, okay, like, can you take this joke or not? If you hadn't like laughed at any of those jokes off the bat, I would be like, alright, this guy's a dickhead. Like, I can't crack any jokes with this guy. Like, it's simple ass shit.
What about you? Like, what's your vibe?
My vibe?
What's going on with you?
With me? I mean, I can be funny at times. It's just that I just like try to
I know, he's mysterious.
There's like a moment and place.
He's Sigma.
You know? There's a moment and place. You know, there's a time where...
Would you describe yourself as Sigma?
Nah, I don't use that Gen Z slang. That's a brainwash stuff. No.
He's better than us. What the hell?
Nah, but I hate like when people are just saying those like weird words, bro. It just annoys me sometimes. But no, I would say I try to be more conserved. I try to be like more thoughtful a little bit. But at the same time, like if I'm with like my closest friends, I can just be out of control. So it really depends on my environment.
He's reading this off ChatGPT.
No.
How to sound mysterious.
No.
Also,
he asked ChatGPT, what should I say?
How's that aura?
Yeah. Aura
Aura form.
You just asked me this. What do I say?
I did not do that.
Sure, you're speaking low, bro.
No, but I learned to be more mysterious, bro, because I've been burnt so many times where I open up to people and then I give them too much information about myself, where now I'm like, oh, I should never said that. So now I intentionally like try to be mysterious. Well, you guys like caught on to that, but that's only like something like new.
Yeah.
So I
really,
guess, for me, like whenever I like open up too much, someone like they kind of like burned before, or like it's a mistake.
I don't want you to know too much about me, and then you're not close in my life.
Yeah.
Or you go out of my life. It's like, you don't need to know this information.
Yeah. If I tell someone like too much and like they handle it like it's wrong, like they go tell someone, for example, like let's like get deep with someone and they go like tell the rest of the world about it. I'm not gonna change. I'm not gonna like put walls up or anything. I'm just dropping you. That's it. Like I simply just stop talking because like I don't know.
You lose that trust.
Yeah, once I lose the trust, I'm like, I'm good. I'm not gonna talk to you anymore. Like I just lose all respect. It's happened a couple times with people we know. But it's like, all right, at this point, whenever I talk to them, it's just like, and most of them are coworkers. Yeah, it's just strictly professional.
Share a little less.
And honestly, they probably can't tell, but like, it's just strictly professional.
Yeah.
And like,
but even at work, like there's some people that I know like, yeah, this guy, he's like my homie. I can like joke, I can say whatever I want. But then there's other people where in the workplace where, you know I shouldn't say some stuff around them and I act professional. But you should like be able to know the type of people that you should open up or not open up with.
Yeah, so like that's kind of the point I was making earlier, like where I gauge them.
Yeah.
And then also the other point, like where someone like kind of make a mistake where like, you know, now I opened up a little too much. And these guys take it and like they'll go like some people you think you can trust and they go like just whether they mean it or not, they will tell someone else. And then it's like, alright, I'm just not gonna talk to you anymore. Or like in that level. Like they won't know anything that changed between us. I just won't say anything to them anymore.
Yeah.
Just like purely for the sake of keeping professional. If they're like outside of work, not coworkers, so I don't have any obligation to see them again, or I don't need to see them again. And yeah, I'm just simply dropping you. You know, you won't hear from me again. But like the coworkers specifically, you just gotta stay friendly with them, even if they kind of like ruin your trust.
Yeah, of course. Makes sense. All right. I think we're at an hour and 48 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah, dude, that went by so quick.
And only like
an hour and
like only an hour and 20 minutes of it, or no, only 20 minutes of it
captured
is recorded.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm actually really sad. Anyway, thank you for coming, bro.
It's for
Appreciate it, man.
There you go.
Thank you, Seth.
Seth.
I got you.
Wait,
So good.
hey, get the mics for this dap, bro. Get the
Oh,
mics for
okay.
this dap.
Seth's the number one dapper of all time, ladies and gentlemen. Every time he daps,
No, it's gonna
you
go
hear
on now.
the most beautiful
If
dap.
you don't get this, bro,
Yeah.
y'all
Just
gotta
cash
cut
it.
it.
Just cash it.
Yeah.
If we get the
We
mic
Just
closer,
cut it
so
into
you
like
hear
we
it.
get the good one.
There you go.
Just cut it
Oh,
into
it's
the good
good.
one.
I meant the other way, so you can hear the
I
dap.
drink 3 waters, bro. I'm thirsty.
All right, let's go.
Oh shoot.
Ooh,
I know y'all heard that, bro.
Damn, that's clean.
I was so clean.
Most dappable person
All
alive.
right. Thank you guys for listening to the Stay Humble podcast. We noticed that 94% of you watching are not subscribing, and we did have over 40,000 interactions. So if you do come across our podcast, please, hit the subscribe button. It helps us out. It helps us stay motivated and helps us keep making this podcast grow. And I really enjoyed having Seth and Omar here. And as always, stay humble.
See you next time.
Okay.